It's time for Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket Total Sports 1380. Arkansas Travelers Baseball is brought to you by Miller Lite, ITT Technical Institute, Coca-Cola, Sonic Drive-In, BC Powders, and by Allstate Insurance. And now for the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Let's go to the ballpark.
Live from Wichita, Kansas, the Arkansas Travelers are on the air. Hello again, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Tonight, Minor League Baseball and the Texas League presents the Arkansas Travelers and the Wichita Wranglers in Game 1 of a 4-game series. Beautiful night for baseball along the Arkansas River, downtown Wichita, side of Game 1 of this 4-game set. Travs looking to rebound after losing the last 3 games of the series in Frisco. Yesterday, the Travs dropped 6-4 to the Rough Riders. Basically, the last 3 innings of the ball games in the last 3 nights have been the deciding factor as the Rough Riders scored 14 runs in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings in the last 3 games. Travs only able to manage 3 runs, and those last 3 innings made the difference as the Travs yesterday fell 6-4. Jake Woods took the loss, his second of the season. Even the Travs stopper, Jake Woods, who's been their best pitcher of the year, was unable to stop the bleeding as he took his second loss, allowing 3 runs in 5 innings. Travs did get a good game from Dallas McPherson. He continues to pound the ball. Had a couple of base hits, including his 9th home run of the season. McPherson, over the last 10 games, is batting .437 with 5 homers and 14 runs batted in. The problem is the rest of the offense has been very inconsistent as the Travs managed only 2 runs in the first 8 innings of the game yesterday. McPherson and Gomez hit solo homers in the 9th, but it was too little, too late as the Travs fall to their worst record of the season at 24-25. And now over this past couple of weeks of the season, when the Travs have been battling against East Division opponents, they have needed to pick out victories in series, and the Travs still have not won a series since way back in early May. Right now, the Travs are absolutely reeling, losing 4 of 5 and 16 of their last 23. It's an absolute must to get out of Wichita with no less than 3 wins in the 4 games. Anything less than that will not meet the standards that the Travs have set for themselves for this series. Well, it is a beautiful night for baseball out here in Wichita. They were rained out yesterday with the severe storms passing through the Midwest. All sorts of tornadoes cut Round Rock at 10 games ahead of Midland, and they are 13 ahead of San Antonio. The El Paso Diablos coming in at 18.5 games out. Just 2 games in the Texas League today. It'll be El Paso and Round Rock at Cohen Stadium. DJ Holton pitches for the Express against Matt Henry. A Diablo right-hander looks for his 7th win of the season on the Travs and the Wranglers, the only other game. So it's the Drillers and the Rough Riders. They are off. They'll start a series tomorrow in Tulsa. The Midland Rockhounds and San Antonio Missions are off as well. They'll start their series tomorrow. We'll take a break. We return with a starting lineup. You're on the ticket, Total Sports 1380.
Frank, what are you doing here? Wife sent me. We're out of Coke. You? Sorry. First one to aisle 5, like the other. Coke. Yeah, you're on. Tell Tony Stewart he jumped the green flag again. Hey, stop throwing cereal boxes at me. Whatever, stop driving my car. Yeah, that's wrong. Looks like you're buying me that Coke.
NASCAR fans have a one-track mind.
Case of Coke says I need you to register.
Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of NASCAR. Coke, real. Better burgers. Sonic's got them, others don't. Introducing Sonic's newest burger, the Little Cheese. 2 junior beef patties with 2 slices of smoky cheddar cheese. Add on lettuce and tomato, crispy bacon, and Sonic's own honey pepper sauce. And you've got a taste big enough to deserve the name, the Little Cheese. Try one today at participating Sonics. The new Little Cheese. It's not just good, it's Sonic good. And if you're counting carbs, try Sonic's new carb-friendly bun. It's got all the taste without all the carbs.
Synonymous. Words alike in significance and meaning, like slammer and baseball. Baseball and Ray Winder Field. Ray Winder Field and hot dogs. Hot dogs and Coca-Cola. Yes, Coke is joining the Travs All-Star lineup this summer right alongside the future Anaheim Angels wearing the Travelers uniform. Enjoy the best value in family entertainment in Central Arkansas. Ray Winder Field, the Arkansas Travelers, and Coke. 3 summer classics. Call 664-1555 or visit our website at travs.com. He joined the Air Force in 1960.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. KDXE, North Little Rock.
Well, now we see Ryan Bearlocker throwing in the Wichita bullpen, so looks like we might be underway a little bit late today. Right now the lineups are being exchanged at home plate. The Wranglers tonight without their manager, Frank White. He's off at one of his child's high school graduation ceremony. Nelson Liriano takes over the reins for the Wranglers today. And, of course, Ty Boykin up there talking with them along with the umpiring crew of Jason Kaiser, Chris Tiller, and Hitoshi Uchikawa. Let's run down the starting lineup for tonight's action. We'll begin with the hometown Wranglers. They'll have Norris Hopper leading off as the designated hitter. Andre Blanco bats second at short. Hitting third is Ruben Gotay. He's on a hot streak now. He's playing second base. D. Brown cleans up in left field. Mike Tonis hitting in the 5 spot is the catcher today. First baseman Chad Santos hits 6th. Justin Gamal batting 7th is at third base. Jaime Jones will bat 8th and play right field. Corey Aldridge, a former Atlanta Braves farmhand, will bat 9th and will be in center field. Now for the Arkansas Travelers, it'll be Alberto Callampo leading off. He's the designated hitter today. Batting second is center fielder Tommy Murphy. Nick Gorneau hits in the 3-hole. He'll be in left field with Dallas McPherson cleaning up, playing third base. In the 5 spot, the catcher, Jeff Mathis. Rudy Gomez starts at shortstop today. Gomez hitting 6th. Jason Esposito bats 7th. He'll be in right field. Mike Elward hits 8th at first base. Justin Turner rounding out the starting 9, and Turner is at second. Starting pitchers for tonight, Ryan Bearlocker for the Wranglers. Bearlocker picked up win number 4 of the season against the Travs last week in Little Rock, a 7-0 shutout in which he held the Travs just 1 hit over 5 innings. Bearlocker 4-1, 534 earned run average, but started to turn a season around that started to get out of hand in the month of April when he allowed a 340 batting average and a 924 ERA coming out of the bullpen. This will be his 3rd start of the season. Of course, the Travs are very, very familiar with Bearlocker. He's been with the Wranglers for the last 3 seasons, not counting this year. On the mound for the Travs today will be left-hander Willie Collazo, be his 2nd start against the Wranglers. Collazo suffered a 7-0 defeat at the hands of Wichita on the 25th of May. That was when Bearlocker pitched against the Travs. Collazo also took a loss in the series at Frisco a couple of nights ago, coming out of the bullpen, allowing 2 base hits and 2 runs. Collazo's record 0-4 with a 567 earned run average. Hopefully Willie, the left-hander out of Puerto Rico, can give the Travs 5 or 6 strong innings today and then give the bullpen a chance to come in the late innings and hopefully nail down a save. After yesterday's rain at Wichita, it is turning out to be a gorgeous evening out here in southeastern Kansas. 81 degrees right now with winds from the west at 12 miles an hour. It's going to get even more windy, up to 22-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and humidity only 23%. Basically, a lot of blue skies all around us. Just a couple of fluffy white clouds hanging up in the distance, but it's going to be a gorgeous night for baseball here on a Sunday evening in Wichita, Kansas. We will have the first pitch of the ball game coming up after this break on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant, also specializing in the finest quality table linens, lentil mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride. Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers. He joined the Air Force in 1964 and served in Vietnam. He commanded forces in the far corners of the globe. Rising through the ranks, he served as a 3-star general at the Pentagon. You'd think 30 years of distinguished service would be plenty. But if you're Norman G. Leasy, Lieutenant General, retired United States Air Force, that's just the beginning. Today, he's pursuing a new career as Walmart's Vice President of National Government Relations. Norm's journey took him near and far, through Asia, Scandinavia, Europe, the Middle East, and Webster University, where he earned a master's degree that served him well in his career. I'm Bob Townsend, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge, for real-world success.
For more information about graduate degrees from Webster University in Little Rock, visit them on the web at webster.edu or call them 800-828-2598.
The Wranglers have taken the field. Artificial turf infield surface down on the grass outfield. And Lawrence Dumont Stadium, site of Game 1 of this 4-game series. The Wranglers taking the field in their black tops, white pants with pinstripes, black cap straps, and the regular gray road uniforms with red Little Rock in cursive across the chest. And coming up to first pitch in a couple of minutes right now, we'll turn up the crowd microphone for the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Star-Spangled Banner out here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Beautiful job, day before Memorial Day. And a program reminder, tomorrow a big day of baseball here on the ticket, Total Sports 1380. If you lament that you don't get a chance to hear much Major League Baseball in the Little Rock market, well, 1380 AM and the good folks over there are here to help. That's because tomorrow is Triple Header Memorial Day, with a couple of Major League games following the Travs broadcast against the Wranglers. It all starts at 11:40 in the morning with a pregame show on ESPN Radio. The Baltimore Orioles battle the Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park tomorrow afternoon, followed by the Chicago Cubs hosting the Houston Astros in a critical Central Division matchup in the National League. That's Game 2 of the Triple Header. To finish it off with Texas League action, the Travs and the Wichita Wranglers. It's always nice, I feel, when we get top billing. The Travs broadcast gets the top billing tomorrow with the couple of Major League games before us. So make sure you tune in when you're driving around town, or if you're out there on your Memorial Day picnic anywhere in Central Arkansas. You'll be able to hear Major League Baseball on the ticket, Total Sports 1380. Again, the pregame show starts tomorrow at 11:40 in the morning. Travs broadcast will start tomorrow at 6:40 in the evening. At 7 o'clock start time for Game 2 of this series. No day game for Memorial Day in Wichita. Instead, we're going to be playing a regular nighttime affair. We are ready for baseball at Lawrence Dumont Stadium, the second oldest facility in the Texas League. Of course, we know the Travs' home park, Ray Winder Field, older by Lawrence Dumont Stadium by a couple of seasons. A gorgeous ballpark here with downtown Wichita staring us right in the face, right across from the Arkansas River. 400 feet, dead center field, 330 down both lines, 385 into the gap. Got a fence that measures about 7 to 8 feet all the way around, and it is a circular outfield fence with just a couple of nooks and crannies that don't really figure in to the outfielders throwing back on the ball. First pitch of the game to Alberto Cayaspo is taken low, and we are underway late today at 6:08. Game time temperature out here in Wichita, 81 degrees as Cayaspo takes a strike on the low inside corner. Cayaspo bats left-handed. He's followed by Tommy Murphy and then Nick Gorneau. Tommy Bearlocker, right-handed pitcher, delivers a fastball, and Cayaspo lines it to the left fielder, Steve Brown, and he makes the catch. 1 out. Behind Bearlocker is Brown in left field, Corey Aldridge in center, and right is Jaime Jones. Justin Gamal at third base, Andres Blanco at slick shortstop, Ruben Gotay at second base, and at first is Chad Santos. Behind the dish for Bearlocker is catcher Mike Tonis. Bearlocker standing 6'5", 220 pounds. He's from Lewiston, Idaho, and his pitch to Tommy Murphy is hit high to center field. Aldridge with a shades down, drifts into the left field gap and makes the catch. And 2 quick outs for Bearlocker against the Travs. It'll bring up Nick Gorneau. Bearlocker with a record of 4-1 this season. This is his 15th appearance of the year, 3rd as a starting pitcher. Bearlocker started the year in the bullpen with an ERA at 9.24 in the first month of the season, but May has been more to his liking. 4-1 in May, all of his decisions. 279 earned run average this month. Gorneau bats right-handed. He takes ball 1 downstairs. Uchikawa calling balls and strikes today. Jason Kaiser at third base. He's the crew chief. And Chris Tiller calls the outs at first. The ride, the pitch. Inside corner called strike 1. Gorneau leading the Travs with a .320 batting average. 6 homers, 28 runs batted in. Went 3 for 8 in the series against Frisco. Missed the first 2 games with that thumb bruise. And a slider from Bearlocker over the outside corner for strike 1 and 2. Gorneau 1 for 4 yesterday with a strikeout. A couple of strikeouts, actually. Scored 1 run. The windup, Bearlocker deals the 1-2, and Nick fouls it away. Well, before we get going here, folks, got to let you know, we are so close to the action here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. It is the exact opposite from the park we were at for the last 4 games at Dr. Pepper 7-Up Ballpark. We're about a mile in the sky. Here at Lawrence Dumont, we are basically hanging right over home plate. A little frightening. The 1-2 to Gorneau. Curveball, swings and misses. Ball hit the dirt, but blocked by the catcher, and Mike Conant will take care of the inning by tossing to first. And Bearlocker sets the Travs down in order with 1 strikeout. Pretty easy inning for Bearlocker. That'll send us into the bottom of the first inning. And Willie Collazo coming out to the mound for the Arkansas Travelers. Here on the ticket, Total Sports 1380.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope.
There's a story involving Yogi Berra, the well-known pitcher for the New York Yankees, and Hank Aaron, who at the time was the chief power hitter for the Milwaukee Braves. The teams were playing in the World Series, and as usual, Yogi was keeping up his ceaseless chatter, intending to pep up his teammates on the one hand and distract the Milwaukee batters on the other. As Aaron came to the plate, Yogi tried to distract him by saying, "Henry, you're holding the bat wrong. You're supposed to hold it so you can read the trademark." Aaron didn't say anything, but when the next pitch came up, he hit it into the left field bleachers. After rounding the bases and touching home plate, Aaron looked at Yogi Berra and said, "I didn't come up here to read. I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the Church of Rock Creek. To be successful in life, you know you've got to know why you're standing in this place."
Willie Collazo takes them out for the Arkansas Travelers. We're set for the bottom of the first inning. Waiting for the rosin bag to make its appearance out on the pitcher's mound. Willie gets the rosin bag, underhanded toss from one of the bat boys. He didn't know he was the rosin bag boy, too. And we're set for action in the bottom of the first. Norris Hopper will lead off against Collazo. Andre Polanco and Ruben Gotay to follow. Hopper, right-handed hitter. He's hitting .236. Collazo, a left-hander, living in Miami these days, misses with his first pitch outside for a ball. Collazo, underwhelming as a pitcher, does have fairly good stuff, however, just not power stuff. His 1-0 is swung on and fouls back 1-1. Really, he'll throw the fastball in the mid-80s, but his breaking stuff is best pitches. Good curveball, good slider, fairly good command, usually around the plate. Only 5 walks in 27 innings this year. 19 strikeouts with 32 hits. And Hopper takes a strike at the letters in the count 1-2. Hopper was 1 for 20 in the series last week in Little Rock. And he's on base a couple of times on walks, once on an error, scored 3 runs. Collazo into the windup, and the 1-2 is a high fastball, 2-2. Sparse crowd on hand as we start the ball game Sunday afternoon. The 2-2 pitch got him swinging. Strike 3. Hopper yanking his head, and Collazo had him off balance on a nice straight changeup. Strikeout number 20 on the year for Collazo. And one out. Andres Blanco steps in. Wrangler lineup has changed a little bit since we saw it last week. Blanco was batting ninth for most of the season. Now he slides up to the number 2 spot. Ruben Gotay is now hitting third after his tremendous series in Little Rock. Gotay was 8 for 19 against the Travs with 3 homers. He's sitting on deck right now. Collazo with the first pitch fastball high. Blanco shows bunt and takes ball 1. Blanco only played in 2 games of the series last week, battling various hamstring injuries, which has limited him recently. Was 1 for 4 in the series. The 1-0 showing bunt again. He'll take a strike, but the infielder's charging in. 1 ball, 1 strike on Blanco. A 20-year-old shortstop. Already made his major league debut this season. Filling in for Angel Baroa. And a fastball fouled away. Back towards the press box. 1-2 to count. Baroa missed a couple of weeks with migraine headaches. And the Royals decided to bring up Blanco, a light-hitting shortstop, the one who fields very well. They feel he's already capable of playing a major league caliber shortstop, and he fouls another pitch off. Count remains 1-2. And how about that? Make your major league debut at 20 years old and virtually something totally unexpected. 1-2, and another foul ball off the right side as Blanco just slapping his pitches. Fouled 3 consecutive pitches away. Well, actually now there's a couple of players on this Wranglers roster that have made their major league debut at age 20. Blanco this year, and the left fielder D. Brown a few years ago made his debut at age 20. Another 1-2, another foul ball high in the air towards the bullpen in right. That one's going to get down and bounce away from Gordeau and Elwood. Actually, that is Speedo in right field for the Travs today. Kind of a little bit of a different outfield lineup than we're used to. That is a Speedo in right field. Gordeau playing in left, Murphy in center. Pretty much 3 interchangeable outfielders. Still 1-2. There's been 4 consecutive foul balls. The wind up, the pitch, a soft looper over first, and it falls in foul territory. And that is 6 consecutive foul balls. So Willie Collazo working hard to get his second out of the game. Blanco is a switch hitter. He doesn't strike out much, but he just makes very weak contact. Only 1 extra base hit this season, and it's a double. The wind up, the 1-2, it pops up back this way, and it's going to hit the top of the press box. 6 consecutive foul balls hit by Blanco. This kind of at-bat is what makes a manager very proud of his hitter. They love watching this, especially in the first inning. Wranglers get a good look at anything Collazo's throwing. The 1-2, swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Strike 3, dug out by Mathis. Steps inside the line and fires to Elwood at first for the second strikeout of the inning. 2 gone, false on the K. Fielders behind Collazo tonight. We have Nick Gordeau in left. Out in center is Tommy Murphy. Jason Espedo is in right field. Dallas McPherson at third base. At shortstop today, Rudy Gomez. Justin Turner at second base. And Mike Elwood at first. Mathis the catcher. And Collazo on the mound. Here's Ruben Gotay. 4 homers on the year, and he's hit 3 of them against the Travs. Switch hitter bats right-handed and takes the ball high. Gotay hits .280, the 4 homers, 18 runs batted in. And a ridiculous series last week in Little Rock as he takes down and in for ball 2. He was 8 for 19 with 3 homers, including a home run in each of the game on Sunday's doubleheader. And did show good power from both sides of the plate. The 2-0 fastball strike called inside corner by Wichita, 2-1. You can hear those winds picking up already. Stiff wind blowing out towards right field. In fact, it looks like a bit of a crosswind today, blowing from left to right. 2-1, and a fastball down and in. Got away from the pitcher. And back to the backstop. 3-1 on Gotay. On deck is D. Brown. Left-handed hitters today will have a lot of drives that are hit towards the right field corner, blown in foul territory. The 3-1 high and tight, and Collazo issues a 2-out walk. Just the 6th walk he's allowed in 28 innings this season. And the first one of the game. So a ball yet to be put into play by the Wranglers in the first. Hopper and Blanco go down on strikes. And Gotay takes a base on balls. D. Brown stepping in, the big left-handed hitter, hitting .291. 8 homers, a team-leading 36 runs batted in. And he swirls the bat around, menacingly holds it back, takes the first pitch for a strike over the outside corner. No score in the bottom of the first inning. The Travs went down in order in the top half. Wranglers get the first base runner of the game on a 2-out walk. Travs have the second baseman Justin Turner positioned 3 steps to right field, rest of the infield normal depth. As Brown goes after a changeup and bounces it foul into the first base seat. 0-2. Force out at first or second base with Gotay taking his lead. First baseman Elworth plays in front of the runner. Outfield position towards right, deep in center, deep in right. Collazo, the stretch. Checks the runner, slide step, and a fastball fouled out of play. Came high with this fastball, and Brown hits it over the third base seat. Keeps the count at 0-2. Collazo has just checked Brown up for an off-speed pitch. Receiver Mathis sets up. The catcher flashes a sign. Collazo holds the ball in the glove, hands together. Mathis sets up over the outside corner. The pitch. Fastball high and tight, and Collazo missed his spot. 1-2. Brown stands deep in the batter's box. His feet a little less than shoulder length apart. Wheels the bat around with his right hand, brings it back. Collazo steps and throws to first base to check on Gotay. He has stolen 7 bases in 11 tries. Pretty fast track here in Wichita, where the artificial turf infield surface lends itself to base stealers. 1-2. Collazo ready. Lifts the leg to the plate. And the pitch in the dirt, blocked by Mathis, but on to second goes Gotay anyway. Gotay takes second base. The official score nowhere near us, so we never quite know what the scoring decision is, whether that's a wild pitch or a stolen base. Gotay was not running with that pitch, so a correct official scoring call would be a wild pitch. Brown has a runner now at second base and working on a 2-2 count. The pitch is fouled back. Collazo having trouble getting a fastball by B. Brown. Brown does have a very quick bat. When you are ticketed for the major leagues on a fast track and make your debut at 20 years old, as an outfielder, you are going to have a quick bat. Brown still has not lost any speed on the bat. The stretch, the pitch. Swinging a grounder up the middle of base 10. Gotay comes around third. He'll score, and the Wranglers take a 1-0 lead in the first inning. So the 2-out walk comes back to haunt Collazo after his wild pitch. Brown knocks in his 37th of the year. Well, Collazo ends up putting Blanco away with 2 strikes. Walk Gotay, and then had an 0-2 count on Brown. 5-hitter Mike Tonis takes outside for a ball. Tonis, a right-handed hitting catcher. 221 average, 2 homers, 15 runs knocked in. This Wranglers team is not a team, at least statistically, that scores a lot of runs. They do have some talented hitters, but haven't put it all together yet. Strike down the middle to count 1-1. The Wranglers basically led by 2 hitters, and now with Gotay starting to chip in a little more, 3 batters leading them. As Chad Santos is now on deck, D. Brown and Gotay, they're pretty much the bulk of the offense. Stretch of the 1-1 pitch, a soft runner into left field. Tonis with a base hit. Brown to second, and Tonis at first. Tonis was over the last 5 games, 3 for 19, and come through the base hit. Well, Collazo started this inning with 2 strikeouts. Things not going very well for him right now. 3 consecutive batters making it on base with 2 outs. And here's Santos, who has had the best season of any Wrangler thus far. He is .291, 9 homers, ranking second in the league, tied with Dallas McPherson. 27 runs knocked in. Left-handed hitter with very good power to right, and he'll take the first pitch over the inside corner. D. Brown is resting at second base. The runner at first is Mike Tony. The outfield deep in center, deep in right. Santos, a pull hitter with good power, and the 0-1 is over the outside corner, called strike 2. Now let's see if Willie can put Santos away with 2 strikes. Unable to do so against D. Brown, and it turned into an RBI single. 0-2, the stretch. Check at second. Collazo deals the pitch outside. 1-0 Wichita, bottom of the first. Trapped the ball behind early. Not been very good at coming from behind recently, especially late in the ball game. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss on a curveball, and Collazo strikes out the side in the first. However, he does give up 1 run on 2 base hits. The Wranglers strand 2 men on the base path. Heading into the second inning in Wichita, the Wranglers lead the Travs 1-0.
Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-tank trip and discover Arkansas. National Trade Weekend Special is just what you need to take a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to visit historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles. From luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations. Little Rock Airport and Northwood Rock at 1319 Pike Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the yellow pages for more information. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
I'm 71. I'm 65. I'm 68. I'm 53. I'm 70. I'm 47. And we've all had a heart attack. In fact, heart disease kills more women than cancer. If you experience symptoms such as chest discomfort, pain in the chest, shoulders, neck, jaw, or arm, shortness of breath, and nausea, go to the emergency department immediately. I'm 57. I'm 49. I'm 38. Baptist Health, Arkansas's premier heart care leader, is working to increase awareness of heart disease and its symptoms, and to let you know what you can do to prevent it, like paying attention to your diet, watching your blood pressure, and regular exercise. With a little effort on your part, you have the potential to add years to your life. For a free brochure about heart disease, call 1-888-BAPTIST or visit our website at baptist-health.com. Baptist Health, all our best.
The wind whipping up here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium along the banks of the Arkansas River. The Wranglers get ahead in the first inning on an RBI single by D. Brown and lead 1-0. Phil Elson here with you on the ticket. Total Sports, 1380. A pleasure to have you with us. 4 games here in Wichita. Then the Travs head back Thursday. Off day at Little Rock on Thursday. We start a 4-game set at Ray Winder Field against the Round Rock Express on Friday night. Midget Wrestling back at the ballpark once again. That starts at 7:10. Brought to you by Fox Sports Southwest and Fox 16. Again, that's Friday night. McPherson leading off first pitch. A high fly ball to center field. Back on it, Corey Aldrich. Dead center field. He's under it. Makes the catch. And McPherson out on the first pitch of the inning. Well, the Travs getting underneath the ball over the first 4 hitters. 3 of them have hit high flies and 1 strikeout. That was Gordeau, who struck out to end the first. The pitch that Bearlocker struck Gordeau out on was a new wrinkle in his repertoire, a curveball that we hadn't seen the last 3 years. Bearlocker used to throw a slider. His best pitch is a changeup, and that continues. But now he's added a curveball. Here's a fastball for a strike to Jeff Mathis as he bats from the right side with the bases empty and nobody. And, 1 out. Mathis hits 301, 6 homers, 27 runs knocked in. And the 0-1 pitch is popped out of play on the right side, strike 2. So Bearlocker getting ahead in the count early here. We saw Collazo had trouble putting D. Brown away with the 2-strike count. Mathis does not choke up. Bearlocker, the wide, the pitch, a high fastball, 1-2. On deck is shortstop Rudy Gomez, the jack of all trades, gets another start at short, his 3rd of the season. Mathis, the starting catcher today, his 43rd game play. The 1-2 pitch is an inside fastball, 2-2. Mathis hasn't started as the DH all that often. This is his 40th start behind the plate. He's been a DH 3 times. The 2-2 pitch, fastball, and he fouls it back. Still 2-2. Last 3 games, Mathis starting to break out of a slump. He had been 4 for 25 until yesterday. Had 2 hits last night in the loss at Frisco, including a run batted in. Finished the series 4 for 16. The wind-up, Bearlockers 2-2 in the dirt for ball 3, and that runs the count full. 1-0 Wranglers, top of the second. Plenty of sunlight left, just a couple of shadows stretching onto the field from the third base light poles. The wind-up, Bearlocker rears back, throws a fastball, it's fouled back. Bearlocker throws a fastball in the mid to high 80s, usually about 87, 88. He does have deceptive arm speed. He's a big guy, 6'5", 220 pounds. You expect to see 90-mile-an-hour fastball. The 3-2, a swing and a miss on a fastball. He came high and inside, and Mathis chases it. That's 5 batters in a row, set down by Bearlocker. And his second strikeout of the ball game. Bearlocker with 36 strikeouts this year in 33 2/3 innings. Regardless of his inability to throw 90-mile-an-hour fastballs, Bearlocker is still a strikeout pitcher because his command of his pitches and a good changeup which keeps batters off balance. And a strike to Gomez over the inside corner. Rudy hit 2 homers in the series at Frisco, his only 2 of the season. The wind-up, the 0-1 pitch is a high fastball, 1-1. 2 outs, bases empty for the shortstop Gomez. He hits 280. He's had a hit in 8 of his last 9 games, 13 for 35, and a ground ball to the hole is short. Jamal from third base covers it up and throws Gomez out, and another perfect inning for Ryan Bearlocker. 3 up, 3 down will send us into the bottom of the second. 1-0 Wichita on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Hey fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Faucets leaking, termite species, missing tackle, paints and spackles, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Now in lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Not the other book.
Bottom of the second inning out here at Wichita's Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Phil Elson with you on a gorgeous Sunday evening in southeastern Kansas. Travs and the Wranglers battling in a 4-game series. Final time the Travs play an East Division opponent until the second half of the season. Travs finished up the first half with 16 against the Round Rock Express and the San Antonio Missions. In fact, the Travs will open up the second half against the Wranglers here in Wichita. 1-0 Wranglers, bottom of the second. Justin Gamal leads off and takes ball 1 downstairs. Number 7 hitter is the third baseman for the Wranglers. He is 238, Gamal with 1 homer and 11 runs knocked in. And he steps and takes a high fastball from Collazo, 2-0. On deck is the right fielder Jaime Jones, then Corey Aldridge. Aldridge playing just his second game as the center fielder for the Wranglers. Collazo winds the 2-0 pitch, a line drive hit into right center field, a base hit, hustling into the alley, chasing Espedo in the center fielder Murphy, and the ball is in the alley and picked up by Espedo. Into second base with a double is Gamal, a stand-up double to start the second inning. Perfect placement by Gamal as long as he's looking for a double. He shot it right past Turner, the second baseman, was about 6 feet away from the ball. And as it continued into the outfield, it was almost directly in between Espedo and Murphy. Neither of them could get there in time. Espedo cut it off before it got to the fence, but he stumbled at the warning track, and that cut down any chance of getting Gamal at second. So Justin Gamal starts off with his 6th double of the season, and the Wranglers have a chance to stretch their lead to 2 runs if Jaime Jones knocks him in. Jones, a left-handed hitter, tall in the batter's box. He'll take a strike over the outside corner. 0-1. Wranglers scored in the first inning after the first 2 batters were set down. We'll see what they do here with a leadoff double. Jones hits .289, 3 homers, 21 runs knocked in. He holds the bat on top of his left shoulder, steps and swings, ground ball to second. Turner makes the play. This will get the runner to third. Lifts to Elwood at first, retires Jones for the first out of the inning. And Gamal advances to third base. So Jones does his job. He's trying to move the runner up to third for the number 9 hitter, Corey Aldridge. Aldridge isn't just new to the Wranglers. He's completely new to the Kansas City Royals organization. 4th-round draft pick of the Atlanta Braves in 1997. Aldridge got up to the majors with Atlanta in the 2001 season, playing in 8 games, going 0 for 5 for the Braves. And never made it back. In fact, he was injured most of the 2002 season. He's been at Double-A Greenville the last 2 years. First pitch swing, ground ball to short. Runner comes home. Gomez holds onto the ball and throws to first base. And gets Aldridge. Gamal scores, and it's 2-0. Probably a good idea by Gomez. Aldridge was swinging at that first pitch, and Gamal ran on contact. With Gamal running on contact, Gomez had a split-second decision to make. Either throw to the plate and risk allowing Aldridge to get on base, or throw to first and get the batter. And he did the right thing because Gamal would have scored anyway. The ball was not hit very hard. It was a bouncing ball towards the shortstop. So 2-0. Aldridge knocked in his first batter. And back to the top of the Wichita order. A strike to Norris Hopper on the inside corner. He struck out last inning. 2-0 Wranglers. Collazo already in trouble. And a changeup. Nice pitch. Hopper swings and misses. 0-2. Collazo, one of 3 pitchers the Travs have had this year that has a very deep losing record. Dan Mazingo, of course, was released last week. He finished 0-5 with the team. Actually, I think it might have been 0-6. Pitch outside ball 1 on Hopper. Mazingo finished 0-5. Then there's Rich Fisher, who is 2-6. And then there's Collazo at 0-4. The 1-2 pitch, and Hopper sends it in the air to center field. Tommy Murphy drifting right into center, and he makes the catch. That'll end the second inning, but the Drillers get their second run on just 1 hit. And it's 2-0 Wranglers. We head into the third on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Joe is regretful.
Man, am I regretful.
The problem is Joe just bought a used car.
Why did I do it? Why?
And Joe didn't use Carfax, which lets you check a used car's history to see if it's been in an accident, has accurate mileage, stuff like that. And now he might have made a $10,000 mistake.
Here's the wound. Here's the salt. Mix it up.
Sorry, Joe. Next time, go to CARFAX.com or ask your dealer for a Carfax report and get the truth about used cars.
Yeah, Carfax. Heard you the first time.
Carfax. Come on.
Oh, here. Not here.
Remember 1991? We had less than 100 TV channels. Supermodels strutted down runways, and a hardworking man named Hunt bought a new pickup truck. Today, even after 97,000 miles, Hunt's pickup is still going strong. See, Hunt uses Castrol's ZTX high mileage. It's formulated to help extend engine life and protect against oil burn-off better than competitive leading oils. So Hunt can ride his pickup for the years and TV channels ahead. Help older cars feel young again with Castrol's ZTX high mileage.
A good shave feels great. You walk around with your head held a little bit higher.
Real goddesses discover the new Venus Divine with moisture strips containing aloe and botanical oil.
The Venus Divine gave me such a clear shave. I couldn't believe it. I feel stupid being like, I love this razor, but that's how I feel.
The new Venus Divine from Gillette. Reveal the goddess in you.
A clean shave makes me feel complete. It's that last finishing touch. It just does it.
2-0 Wichita. That's the score after 2 innings of play at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Top of the third here, Jason Espedo leads off for the Travs and takes a strike from Ryan Bearlocker. Bearlocker facing 6 batters, retiring all of them. 2 strikeouts, 3 flyouts, 1 grounder. Espedo batting left-handed, hits .289, 6 homers, 22 runs knocked in. Bearlocker of the windup. The pitch is outside the outside corner, and it's 1-1. On deck, Mike Elward and then Justin Turner. As the Travs have the bottom third of the order. Still looking for their first base runner. 1-1, slider inside, 2-1. We see the first slider of the game from Bearlocker, going to that curveball a little more often. To wind up the 2-1, Espedo goes down to a knee, swings and grounds it foul. He was fooled on that pitch. Another breaking ball. 2-2. A couple of hits yesterday for Espedo. He had the day off in the third game of the series at Frisco. Finished 4 for 13, including his 6th homer of the year. The 2-2 pitch, swinging a pop-up at second. Gotay backing into right field. Looking up, backpedaling, still backpedaling, and making the catch in front of Tiny Jones for the first out. I think Jones might have called Gotay off. Gotay either didn't hear him or didn't understand him. Gotay is from Venezuela and was very young, but they are conversing a little bit. Jones, I think, speaks in Spanish, so maybe they're talking in Spanish. One away, Mike Elward steps in. Elward, the Travs first baseman, will take a strike on the first pitch. He held back his swing. 0-1. Elward batted in the 9th inning yesterday with a tying run on base. And struck out. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a fly ball to right field. Jones drifting back to make the catch, and there's 2 away. Ball hit pretty well by Elward, but his slump continues. 11 for his last 72. Batting average of only 153 in his last 23 games. That's 8 batters set down in order by Bearlocker to start today's game. 2-0 Wichita. Justin Turner steps in, left-handed second baseman. First pitch jams him. He pulls it foul slowly towards the first base dugout. 0-1 the count. Turner hitting .178, 1 homer, and only 1 run knocked in his 16 games with the Travs, and he fouls the pitch off. And in fact, his only RBI came on a solo homer. Travs still looking for a little more impact from Justin Turner. He was the final out of the game yesterday. The 0-2 from Bearlocker, an inside fastball. That'll probably have the effect he was looking for. Bearlocker, a change-up artist. And it's about time for some artwork. 1-2, the windup, the pitch, the change-up, grounded slowly over the mound towards second. The infielders convert. The shortstop Blanco makes the play right at second base, and he throws Turner out by a step. Boy, it looks like Blanco and Gotay are going to smack their heads together, but they end up getting the final out of the inning, and the Travs go down in order for the 3rd consecutive inning. 2-0 Wranglers. We head to the bottom of the 3rd.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, you can call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This weekend only at Watney Chevrolet Cavaliers. $168 a month. Trailblazers, $285 a month. Suburban discounted up to $12,000 at Watney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. Every truck on the lot. Discounted. Regular cab, extended cab, crew cab. All prices now before the sun sets on Memorial Day at Watney. Zero financing, $5,000 rebate. Make an offer. Drive a deal. Loyalty lasts. This weekend at Watney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. American Revolution. Credit restrictions apply. See for details.
Listen, the crack of the bat, the distant whine of a lawnmower, the sounds of summer. A season when you try to spend as much time outside and out of the kitchen as possible. And when Del Monte can-do recipes come in handy. Del Monte steps up to the plate with simple, nutritious mealtime solutions using 3 steps or less that you can prepare in 20 minutes or less, and they're free. Sound good? Simple mealtime solutions that will have you saying, hey, I can do that.
Look for Del Monte vegetables at your local Harvest Foods. Harvest Foods, an Arkansas company serving Arkansas.
Travelers baseball continues on the ticket. Total Sports 1380, brought to you by the crisp, ice-cold taste of Miller Lite. If you're counting carbs, Miller Lite contains half the carbs of Bud Light, and Miller Lite tastes great. Now, grab an ice-cold Miller Lite this season at Ray Winder Field. Coming up this Friday, the Travs back in town for an 8-game homestand against San Antonio and Round Rock. First pitch of the third inning to Andres Blanco, bunted behind the plate. Good effort by Jeff Mathis diving after it. No chance to get that one. It's about 3 feet away from him. Strike one to Blanco. Bottom of the third inning, and the Wranglers lead 2-0. Travs still without a base runner as Ryan Bearlocker has caught 3 perfect innings. We'll just get the word out of the way now. Bearlocker working on a no-hitter after 3 innings. Bearlocker working on a perfect game after 3 innings. And now hopefully I've jinxed him enough. Blanco struck out in the first and takes the ball high and outside, 1-1. On deck is Ruben Gotay, then D. Brown. It was Gotay and Brown that reached base in the first inning after 2 outs to manufacture Wichita's first run. Collazo tries the outside corner and misses. A check swing. Appeal to the base umpire Tiller. He says no swing, so it's 2-1 on Blanco. Willie Collazo never made a professional start until his outing on the 25th of May against the Wranglers. He gets a changeup over the outside corner. Blanco takes strike 2. Willie does seem to be suited for starting pitching. Features 3 and 4 pitches he can throw for strikes. Curveball, slider, changeup, fastball. Pretty good command. The windup, the 2-2. Changeup, fouled back. He had Blanco reaching for it over the plate. Still 2-2. Collazo's role in the Travs bullpen was more of a situational lefty. He would come out for a couple of innings. The 2-2 pitch, another changeup, and a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 for Willie Collazo. Second time Blanco goes down on strikes, and as I mentioned before, he's more of a contact hitter. Just weak contact is more his style. Blanco striking out for just the 10th time in 70 at-bats. Up to the plate, Ruben Gotay. He took the 2-out walk in the first, scored the first run of the game. Batting right-handed, 1 away, and he sends a chopper to third. It bounces foul for a strike. 0-1. Where Willie Collazo really had his troubles in the bullpen was after his first time going through the order. Willie was pretty good for 2 innings. He'll give you 2 very strong innings, and he'll give up 2 or 3 runs in his third inning. Pitch down and away to Gotay, 1-1. Gotay's power is starting to come around. 9 homers each of the last 2 years, and as a second baseman, not bad at all considering how young he is. Collazo's pitch in the dirt to count 2-1. Gotay hails from Fajardo, Puerto Rico, and only 22 years old. Collazo's 2-1 is inside, ball 3. 2-0 Wranglers. That's the score in the bottom of the third. Nobody on base. 1 out. Collazo has the ball in his glove in front of his face. The windup, the pitch. A fastball is low, and he walks Gotay for the second time. Gotay heads down to first base. He's on an 8-game hitting streak. He still hasn't stretched the streak yet, even though he's made it on base twice. D. Brown steps in now. Brown knocked in his 6th run in his last 7 games with a single to center in the first. Gotay had reached base on a walk, took second on Collazo's wild pitch, and Brown knocked him in with a 2-strike single to center. Left-handed hitter against the lefty pitcher. First pitch grounded to second, could be 2. Turner shuffles the Gomez, 1 out. He double clutches, throw to first, and he doesn't get the out. Brown beats out the possible double play ball. In fact, that ball could not have been a more perfect double play grounder. Turner did not give a very good shuffle to second base. He sort of flipped it off balance, and it sort of hung in the air before Gomez caught the ball, and I think that ruined Rudy's timing and forced him to double clutch. And Brown beat the throw to first by a split second. Now, Turner got the ball quicker to second. Would have been an easy swing killing. So that opens the door for the Wranglers. Mike Conant will take a pitch down low for ball 1. 2 outs now in the bottom of the third. 2-0 Wichita. Travs again have dropped 3 games in a row, 4 of their last 5 in desperate need of a victory. The Travs in danger of falling into last place if they lose today and Frisco picks up a win tomorrow. The 1-0 from Willie. Outside, ball 2. Konis is 1 for 1. A single in the first inning to left field. It's his 4th hit in his last 20 at-bats. Tall right-handed hitter steps back into the box. Force out at first to second. Mathis will set up on the inside corner. Brown running. A throw to first by the pitcher. Elward to second. A high throw, but the tag applied by Gomez. Brown is caught stealing. That'll end the inning. It goes 1-3-6. No runs for the first time today for the Wranglers. No base hits. And nobody left on base. 3 innings in the books at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. The Wranglers 2, the Travelers nothing.
Pig and Chick is the Great American Barbecue House, featuring rib dinners, barbecue sandwiches, gourmet sandwiches, catfish, burgers, choice steak, country fried steak, chicken, and more. Your whole family will enjoy Pig and Chick. There's a kids menu for the little one. And now, for those watching those cards, Pig and Chick features a low-carb menu with the same great taste Pig and Chick is famous for. Dine in or carry out. For large groups and parties, Pig and Chick caters, too. Pig and Chick, 7824 Highway 107 in Sherwood. Open 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
Looking for the perfect snack to go on with a game? Pick up America's #1 food craving and hit a home run with your family. With more than 300 varieties of cheese made right here in America, there are endless ways to cave to the crave. Stop by your local grocer for ideas on how to create mouth-watering appetizers that the entire family's going to love. Cheese is the perfect snack to accompany any game, and you'll be a winner with your family. The power of cheese.
Get out today and hit the links. Stone Lake. Stone Lake's golf course is rated as one of the best public courses in the state. Sporting beautiful bent grass greens, plus lush fairways and tees. Stone Lake has matured over the past 3 years into a true test of golf. Stone Lake features reasonable green speed and 18-length-style holes located 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road. Call 945-0945 for Stone Lake or visit online at stonelakes.net.
3 innings in the books at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Here are the totals. The Arkansas Travelers zeros across the scoreboard. They have yet to have a man reach base. The Wichita Wranglers with 2 runs on 3 base hits and no errors. Phil Elson with you. Thanks for joining us on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. Don't forget about the triple header action on the station tomorrow afternoon, 11:40 in the morning pregame on ESPN Radio. Followed by a couple of big league games. The Red Sox hosting the Orioles in the opening game. Cubs and the Astros in game 2. And the Travs and the Wranglers on the 3rd game here on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. First batter of the inning for the Travs, Alberto Callasco swings and tips the ball and the catcher's mitt for a strike. Ryan Bearlocker got him to line out to left field in the first inning, and Callasco swings a ground ball to the right side, hustling into the gap to the second baseman Gotay with a nice play, and he throws to Callasco out. 1 out, and that's 10 batters set down by Bearlocker to start tonight's action. And really, none of those plays have been very difficult so far. A lot of balls hit right to outfielders, right to infielders. In fact, this ball to Gotay was the toughest ball, with the exception of Turner's ground out and the 3rd. Tommy Murphy stepping into the plate. First pitch down and in for ball 1. Tommy flied out to center in the first. Ryan Bearlocker trying to find his identity with not just the Wranglers as he gets a strike on a changeup, 1-1. Not just with the Wranglers as he's shuffled between the rotation and the bullpen, but also where he fits into the Kansas City Royals. 1-1 outside, a breaking pitch, 2-1. Just 3 years ago, Bearlocker was one of the Wranglers' top pitchers, leading them into the playoffs with a 13-8 record. Murphy, a high drive, right field, way back in, get out of here. Tommy Murphy puts the Travs on the scoreboard with a solo home run to right field. Number 5 on the season, and that's the first base runner of the game for the Travs. A solo homer by Murphy. And he touches the plate. It's now 2-1 Wichita. The only mistake that Bearlocker has made so far. A belt-high fastball to Murphy, and he was expecting it. And jumped all over it. Second homer of the road trip. And the Travs get on the board. Now Nick Corneau will take high and tight for ball 1. I mentioned Bearlocker Was 13-8 with the Wranglers in 2001. You would thought that he had earned a trip to AAA Omaha as Gourneau sends a hard shot to second. Nice play and one bounce. Go time from short right field. Throws Gourneau out. 2 gone in the fourth. 1 run is scored on Murphy's homer. 2002. Bearlocker started the season with the Wranglers. Had a chance to play just about a month or 2 with Omaha. Also between the rotation and the bullpen. He's been shuffling back and forth between Wichita and Omaha the last 2 years. This season, he began with Wichita, and so far he stayed here. Dallas McPherson takes outside for a ball. McPherson fly to center in the second. Team lead with 9 homers. And the 1-0 pitch is fouled off for a strike, 1-1. The home run allowed by Bearlocker, his 4th of the season. Again, Murphy hits his 5th. McPherson on a power stretch these days. The 1-1 pitch, a curveball, and that's over the plate at the letters. Strike 2. Mack has had a home run in 2 of the last 4 games. 2 homers in the series at Frisco. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a drive high right field. Back on it, Jones to the warning track, to the wall. It is gone. And that ties the game. McPherson reaches 10 homers. Tommy Murphy and Dallas McPherson with solo home runs in the second and the 4th inning, and we are tied at 2. When Murphy's shot was one of those line drives over the right field fence, McPherson's was a no-doubter. A high arcing drive over the right field fence, and it bounced on the thoroughfare past the right field fence. Almost got into the river. And now here's Jeff Mathis to take a strike over the outside corner. So Dallas McPherson with 10 homers, becoming the second Texas League batter to get to double digits. And what a streak he is on right now. Here's the 0-1 to Mathis. Swing and a fly ball to left center field. He got that one. Back to the wall, and it is gone! Back to back! 3rd homer of the inning for the Arkansas Travelers, and they're in front 3-2. Oh, my goodness! Home run number 7 on the year for Jeff Mathis, and the Traps busting out big time here in the 4th. They hadn't even had a man reach base in the first 3 innings, and Bearlocker, this is something else. He's allowed 3 homers. He still has yet to pitch from the stretch. McPherson and Mathis go back-to-back for the 2nd time this season. The 4th time the Traps have had back-to-back shots. Here's Rudy Gomez. Will take a fastball inside. He must have been expecting a pitch close to his body. Bearlocker had given up 3 homers all season, and now in the course of 4 batters, 3 more jacks. And a pitch downstairs. The count is 2-0. Well, I guess I did my part by announcing that he had a no-hitter and a perfect game after 3 innings. That's the best a broadcaster can do for the team, folks. Gomez sends a pop fly out of place, strike 1. A 3-home run inning by the Arkansas Travelers. Murphy his 5th, McPherson 10th, and Mathis probably the most impressive shot as he hit it to left center field into a wind. It was a very nice shot. The 2-1 to Gomez inside, ball 3. Mathis' 7th home run of the season. 3-2 Arkansas. The 3-1, Gomez swings, a liner to right field, hugs the line, and it bounces fair. It heads to the fence. Gomez to first, digging for second. Here's a throw from right field, and it is cut off. And Rudy Gomez reaches base on a 2-out double to right field, his 13th 2-bagger. 3 consecutive batters reaching base here in the 4th inning, and not just reaching base, but extra bases. 4 hits in the inning, 3 homers, 1 double, and Ryan Bearlocker is getting smacked around like a rag doll. Wichita pitching coach Larry Carter comes out from the dugout, and he's going to have to speak with Bearlocker. I have not seen a pitcher who is cruising so easily over the first 10 batters just completely fall apart over the course of 5 next hitters. Bearlocker set down the first 10 batters in order. Only 2 difficult plays. 1 ball hit very well. And he's given up 3 homers and 1 double ever since. Carter will be forced to walk off the pitcher's mound as the home plate umpire Toshi Uchikawa breaks up the conference. And the seventh batter of the inning will come to the plate. Jason Espedo stepping in. Espedo sitting on 6 homers. He popped out to second base in the third. Runner at second is Rudy Gomez, and a curveball for a strike. The pitch that the Travs are jumping all over this inning is the fastball. Bearlocker is getting more strikes on changeups and breaking balls, but his fastball is getting hit. And high and tight this heat to Espedo, 1-1. Infield shifts to the right side. Espedo, a left-handed pull hitter. Outfield fairly shallow for someone with Espedo's power. 1-1. The fastball here fouled out of play. Espedo with a good cut on a pitch down the middle. The count moves to 1-2. 3 runs in here in the fourth. Travs rallied back after trailing by 2 runs. Bearlocker twirls the ball behind his back. He goes to the stretch. The kick, the pitch. High and tight, ball 2. Frustrating inning for Ryan Bearlocker. He had pitched 8 shutout innings against the Travs, counting his last start last week in Little Rock. And here in the fourth inning, everything unravels for him. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Espedo. Bearlocker a check at second, and the pitch. Espedo swings, a bouncing ball to first, picked up by Santos, and back to the bag, steps on it to end the inning, but 1 inning for the Arkansas Travelers. 3 runs, 4 hits, 3 solo homers, and the Travs jump ahead 3-2. Bottom of the fourth coming up on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Meet Bob, the carpenter. He's smart, he's a pro, and he wants the best for his family. What does he do? Join the union. Bob knows that a union carpenter maximizes his earning power, gets family insurance, and a pension plan he can count on. Plus, the union carpenter has access to union training, learning new skills and advancing his career. Carpenters, pile drivers, floor layers, and millwrights. Join now and start enjoying the benefits. Call the Arkansas Regional Council of Carpenters at 501-568-2500 for more information.
Frank, what are you doing here? Wife sent me. We're out of Coke. You? Sorry. First one to aisle 5, like the other. Coke. Yeah, you're on. Yo, Tony Stewart, you jumped the green flag again. Hey, stop throwing cereal boxes at me. Whatever, stop trapping my car. Yeah, that's off. Looks like you're buying me that Coke.
NASCAR fans have a one-track mind.
Jason Coke says I beat you to the register.
Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of NASCAR. Coke, real.
It's baseball season again. Listen to the sounds of Arkansas Travelers baseball.
Ball stopped on the ground of the shortstop. Beck gets it. He goes to second for 1 out. Duncan to first. Whack him up. A double play. Drive. Right field. Way back. 2. Gotta get out of here. And that, folks, is a game-winning homer. The Travelers win the game.
Sound like fun? Arkansas Travelers Baseball. Call 664-1555 or log on to Travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. KDXE, North Little Rock.
The Arkansas Travelers storm back with a monstrous 4th inning. 3 homers. Tommy Murphy, Dallas McPherson, and Jeff Mathis with solo shots to give the Travs 3-2 lead. First pitch of the inning to Mike Tonis. Driven in the left field, Nick Gordeau waiting for it, and he makes the catch on the line drive. 1 pitch, 1 out for Willie Collazo. So Collazo, instead of trailing 2-0, now has a 1-run lead. He gets Tonis to line out to left field, who's now 1 for 2. Number 6 hitter Chad Santos coming up next. Santos left 2 runners on base by striking out in the first inning. Left-handed batter hits .290 for the year. Lefty versus lefty. Collazo winds his fastball as a strike over the outside corner. On deck is Justin Gamal, who doubled and scored in the second inning. Santos will take a breaking pitch outside, 1-1. 9 homers for Santos. He now is 1 behind Dallas McPherson. The 1-1 pitch, swinging a hard shot to second. 1 bounce. Turner plays it. Waits for Elwood to cover, and he throws to first. 2 out. Mentioned McPherson with 10 home runs. He's the second Texas League hitter. The third Texas League hitter to get to 10 homers. John Lindsay cracked his 10th of the season yesterday. He's with San Antonio. Jason Botts, the league leader. Frisco's first baseman hit 12 homers on the year, the last 4 against Trav relievers. And McPherson now just 2 behind him. Justin Gamal with 2 outs and the bases empty takes outside. Collazo has yet to pitch a perfect inning today, although he did face 3 batters in the third. 1 man reached on a walk, another on a fielder's choice. Curveball over the inside corner, strike 1. 2 outs to Gamal. Gamal 8 for his last 20 against Trav batting with 2 doubles. The 1-1 from Collazo inside, ball 2. Collazo trying to work quickly and send the game into the 5th. The windup, the pitch. Fastball, strike on the inside corner. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Justin Gamal. Collazo just peering in over top of his glove. And the 2-2 pitch is grounded down the third base line. A backhand by McPherson. Long throw right on the money. And that'll end the 4th inning. 3 up, 3 down for Willie Collazo. And this ball game has shifted a bit. Trav's in control. Arkansas 3, Wichita 2. We go to the 5th on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Top Shoes has the largest selection and the lowest prices on shoes and boots for the entire family. Choose from a large selection. Rocky, Red Wing, Justin, Wolverine, Chippewa, Carolina, hunting boots, hiking boots, work boots, steel toes, metatarsal guards, linesman, electrical hazard, ESC, and uniform boots. Boots with Sensolate, Cortex, and Cross-Tech blood and chemical-resistant boots. At Top Shoes, we have your boots. Join our Top Shoes Tip-Top Shoppers Club and receive free shoes.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. The root individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what to do, the moment has come. You're not like anyone. Nothing's better, Dr. Pepper.
AgPro knows your patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then, run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Top of the 5th inning, 3-2 lead for the Arkansas Travelers. Mike Elworth steps in to lead off against Ryan Bearlocker, who allowed the 3 homers in the 4th inning. And Elworth is flying out to right in the 3rd, takes ball 1. Turner on deck, then Alberto Cayasco. PA announcer just made an announcement that there is, looks like a free giveaway of Krispy Kreme donuts out here at the park as the pitch fouls back by Elworth, 1-1. If you're announcing that there's free Krispy Kreme donuts for kids, and it looks like it's kids only on the third base side of the field, you should not end that sentence with walks don't run, because no one's going to listen. Elworth grounded to third. Jamal backhands it and back of the base. Throws off balance to first. Santos had to shift his feet. Keeps his right foot on the bag and brings it in. Elworth is thrown out 5-3. 1 gone in the 5th. I'm the honest, if I had a chance to get free Krispy Kreme donuts, look out. I'm a bulldozer barreling through that line. Forget being polite. This is Krispy Kreme donuts we're talking about. And if they're hot, get out of my way. Justin Turner, a big swing and a miss. Strike 1 on a curveball. Krispy Kreme donuts is the new addition to ballpark fare. The 0-1 to Justin, swing and a miss on the changeup. He's 0 for 1 and a ground out in the 3rd inning. Dodger Stadium, I think the first ballpark I saw that had Krispy Kreme donuts sitting in it. Don't expect that at Ray Winder Field. The 0-2, and that's down the middle, and Turner takes strike 3. A 3-pitch strikeout, and Turner looks very much overmatched against Ryan Bearlocker. 2 outs quickly here in the 5th inning. 3-2 score, Trav leading on 3 solo homers in the 4th inning. Murphy's 5th, McPherson's 10th, Mathis hit his 7th. Top of the order now, and Alberto Caiapo. He goes for 2. Batting left-handed, Fairlocker delivers inside for a ball. A wind-up and the 1-0. And a swing and a pop fly behind third. A lot of foul territory here. Chasing it, Gamal, and it's past him, and he trips and falls over. Gets back up quickly when he crossed over from the grass outfield surface into the artificial turf warning track. His feet came out from underneath him. As a matter of fact, he has to shift and change onto 3 different surfaces. The infield surface at Lawrence Dumont Stadium is a hard artificial turf surface. It's regular AstroTurf, which of course isn't even made anymore. The AstroTurf company went out of business this past offseason. The outfield surface is grass, and it curves around to where an infielder that has to go after a foul ball will have to access the cross into the grass and then back onto the warning track, which is made of a rubber surface. Ball fouled off by Caiapo. The count is 1-2. That's a lot of different surfaces for ball players to have to run on, and it feels different underneath your feet. The 1-2. Caiapo takes low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Gamal's knees are bothering him right now. He fell pretty hard on his right knee. How many careers has AstroTurf ruined? The 2-2 to Alberto, swinging a chopper foul. It was out in front of that fastball. And it rolls to the first base dugout, occupied by the visiting team. Home team on the third base side. Long dugout. 2 steps deep. 2-2 pitch from Fairlocker. Caiapo takes a curve way outside and runs the count full. 3-2 lead for the Travs, top 5. Travs looking to end a 3-game losing streak and get back to an even 500 record. Right now resting 1 game under. The payoff pitch, a swing and a foul ball hit into the Travs bullpen. Steve Andrade almost hit by that line drive as he sits in front of the bullpen pitcher's mound. Didn't bother to get up and run out of the way, just ducked underneath that line. Still 3-2 on Caiapo. Tough batter to strike out. Fairlocker winds, delivers a fastball, chopped down third, and fouled by a couple feet. That's 8 pitches that Caiapo has seen. He's fouled away 5 of them. Taps the bat right on the plate. Alberto has struck out only 10 times this year, and 7 in his last 108 at-bats. A change-up grounded back to the mound off Fairlocker. In front of the mound, he recovers, throws to first, and just gets Caiapo. Good play by the first baseman Santos, risking his right arm and reaching in front of the base runner. Travs go down in order in the 5th inning. As we take this score into the bottom of the 5th, it's Arkansas 3, Wichita 2.
Now in lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Bottom of the 5th inning at Wichita's Lawrence Dumont Stadium. The Arkansas Travelers 3, the Wichita Wranglers 2. Bill Elson with you here on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. And the number 8 batter, Jaime Jones, leads off for Wichita. first pitch swinging, and he bounces a chopper foul on the right side. 0-1 the count. Trav's bullpen will spring into life shortly. Looks like we'll have Mark O'Sullivan start to warm up. As Collazo working into the fifth inning. Trav's just asking for 5 innings from him, and after he allowed a run in the first and second, and weren't sure if he was going to get past the third. But Willie has pitched 2 scoreless innings since allowing the RBI ground out to Corey Aldrich in the second, and Aldrich right now on deck. Left-handed batter, Jones swings and misses at a curveball, strike 2. And it is O'Sullivan starts to warm up in the bullpen. We'll run down some out-of-town scores of finals across the major leagues. So many final scores already today, and only 1 game in progress. Here's the 0-2 from Willie. It's an outside fastball, and it's 1-2. Diamondbacks and Dodgers. The Sunday evening ball game. No score in the top of the first. Casey Fossum versus Kaz Ishii, who's 5-3. The slumping Dodgers falling out of first place. Swing and a miss. Jones out on strike. Big curveball by Collazo, and he whips his fifth. Collazo is not allowed a base hit since Gamal doubled in the second inning. Space of 10 batters, only 1 man reaching base safely on a walk. Gosai took his second walk of the game in the third. Corey Aldrich steps in from the left side. His ground out in the second inning scored the second Wichita run. Corner infielders come in as a strike hits the outside corner. To the final scores in the National League. The St. Louis Cardinals smoked today by the Astros. They get home runs from Bagwell, Berkman, and Mike Lamb. Aldrich takes the pitch low, 1 ball, 1 strike. 7-1, the Astros win the ball game. Tim Redding defeats Matt Morris. He drops to 4-5. Albert Pujols accounted for the Cards' only run with a solo shot in the ninth, his 15th. Cards drop to 26-23, 2.5 games in back of the Reds. As a strike on the outside corner to Aldrich, 1-2. Florida Marlins stay hot. They win their 5th game in a row. First National League team to 30 victories. A 1-2 and a swing and a foul tip caught by the catcher. Strike 3. Aldrich is the second out of the inning, and the Traps starting to head off the bases. Where's everybody going? That's 2 outs, and they're walking off the field. This is the first time I've seen this before. The entire the entire team is off the field now, and now they're told that's 2 outs, and they're heading back out there. Oh, boy, how sheepish do these guys look right now? After Collazo struck Aldrich out for the second out of the inning, the entire team headed into the first base dugout. I've seen a couple players trying to head into the dugout before, but not all 9 of them. Even one of the umpires started to walk off the field. It seemed everybody was pretty positive there was 3 outs, but there were 2 outs. And now Norris Hopper steps in and sends a fly ball out of play for a strike. Dallas McPherson walked back onto the field with the most sheepish smile I've ever seen in my life. Collazo stood on the pitcher's mound, just sort of wondering, well, might as well just throw a pitch. Here's the 0-1. Hopper swings down to the third. McPherson will take care of this, throw to first, and that's the 3rd out. Well, now they can walk off the field, secure in the knowledge that they did retire 3 hitters in the 5th inning. 3 up, 3 down for Willie Collazo. He's pitching well. Travs lead 3-2. We head to the 6th on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Power on. Plug in. And get ready for the club that you can win you lose.
Power out at the Electric Cowboy, I-30, the Chico Road exit, where there's always something going on. Electric Cowboy open Wednesday through Sunday. Doors open at 7:30 each night. And just listen to all that's going on. Wednesday night, ladies' night. Ladies in the door by 10 p.m. get $5 cash. Plus, free dance lessons at 8 p.m. And enjoy $1.50 long nights till midnight. Then, Thursday nights, it's $1 long nights and $2 pitches. Plus, live music every Thursday night. Yeah, there's always something going on at the Electric Cowboy, I-30 at the Chico Road exit.
Power on at the Electric Cowboy, I-30 at the Chico Road exit. Doors open 7:30 Wednesday through Sunday. At the Electric Cowboy.
Hey, Gary Eubanks and Associates, you've heard us talk about what we bring to the table. You ask what that means to you. Well, these verdicts and settlements are real results we've achieved for our clients, as large as $19 million for one case. While facts differ and results vary on each case, you should put this experience on your side. Insurance companies notice, and that creates settlement. And remember at Gary Eubanks and Associates, we'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
Yes, folks, there are 3 outs per inning in baseball. 3 strikes per batter, 4 balls per batter, and 9 innings per game. Now that we have that set, we're in the top of the 6th inning with the Travelers leading by the score of 3-2 against the Wranglers. Tommy Murphy will lead off in the 6th against Ryan Fairlocker. Fairlocker set down the last 4 men in a row after his rocky 4th inning, which included a Murphy solo homer and a pitch outside to start off. We'll get back to the scores. Here in this 6th inning, Murphy, Gorneau, and McPherson, with McPherson hitting the game-tying homer in the 4th. Mathis with a solo shot puts them in front as a curve outside to Murphy. 2-0. All right, back to those scores. I mentioned the Marlins beat up on the Mets the final 8-6. 4 unearned runs. The Mets commit 2 errors. And those 4 unearned runs provided the winning margin. Toby Borland got the win. Homers by Kareem Garcia. 2 by Jason Phillips. Ty Wigginton hit his 6th. Murphy is swinging a miss, strike 2. Armando Benitez hit his 20th save of the season. 2 behind Danny Grace for the Major League lead. Florida got home runs from Alex Gonzalez, and Miguel Cabrera continues to pound the ball. Ball in the dirt to Murphy, and he heads down the first base line, and that was ball 3. Murphy thought that was ball 4, so another mistake by the Trash. Last inning, they thought the second out was the third out, and the entire team headed off the field. And now Murphy took a 2-2 pitch in the dirt and started to walk down the first base line before Toshi Ichikawa yelled down the line, pointed for him to head back here. So the Trash, yes, Tommy, 4 balls for a walk. 3-2 pitch on the way, and Murphy swings and fouls it off his own foot. And Murphy's still arguing with Uchikawa. He thinks that was ball 4, but I keep a pitch count up here. That was certainly ball 3. Murphy digs back in there from the left side of the plate, opens the stance just a bit, wiggles back and forth. Fairlocker deals, and Murphy rifles a shot between first and second, and has his second base hit of the game. So Tommy on base anyway, even though he thought that ball 3 was ball 4. Base hit number 5 for the Travs in their first single of the game. 3 homers, 1 double, and Murphy's 1 base hit. Here's Nick Gorneau. Nick 0 for 2. San Diego 5-2 winners at Milwaukee. Ishmael Valdez picks up his 4th win. Trevor Hoffman saves his 14th. And a homer by Padres star Phil Nevin, his 6th of the season. The set by Fairlocker, the kick, the pitch, and a swing and a foul back on a fastball. Gorneau now has an 0-1 count. Cubs avoid the sweep in Pittsburgh by pounding the Pirates 12-1. It was a tie ball game heading into the 7th inning when the Cubs scored 3 times, 1 of the 8th, and they put the game away with a 7th spot in the 9th. Carlos Zambrano got the win, 5-2 his record, so to first base, dropped by Santos, it's behind him. Murphy heads to second and called that an error. Error on the pitcher, as Murphy is second base now on the errant pickoff throw. Still just 1 strike to count on Gorneau, nobody out in the 6th. Cubs had 17 base hits in that ball game, and they made sure that Rob McCoyak could do nothing to them by scoring those 7 runs in the 9th. McCoyak just an incredible 2 days, finishing yesterday. 0-1 pitch, Gorneau steps and takes a strike on the inside corner, and the count 1-1. Cubs got 3 hits apiece from Aramis Ramirez, Derek Lee, and Michael Barrett. Lee knocked in 4 runs. Carlos Zambrano got the win. John Grabau, the losing pitcher. Pirates top prospect Sean Burnett made his first major league start, and a no decision in 5 innings, 5 hits and 1 run. 0-2 to Gorneau, down and away, ball 1. Elsewhere in the National League, it was the Phillies beating Atlanta 4-1. Eric Milton picks up win number 6 on the year. Jim Comey and David Bell go deep. And the Expos defeated the Reds by the final of 6-2. Wilkerson and Chavez hit home runs. Endy Chavez, a former Wrangler outfielder. Tomo Oka got the win. He's 3-5. Cordero saves his first. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Gorneau. Slider off the outside corner. Ball 2. In the American League, Cleveland downs Oakland 4-3. White the winner. Arthur Rhodes takes the loss. The Orioles scored 6 runs in the 9th inning to come from behind and beat the Tigers 7-3 Detroit. But in Gorneau on foul ball 2. Texas Rangers defeat the Toronto Blue Jays. Lee Rogers picks up win number 8. That leads the American League. Brad Fulmer hit his 5th home run of the year. Rangers pick up a game on the Angels. Anaheim smoked today. The Angels were crushed by the White Sox 11-2. Gorneau takes ball 3 off the outside corner. 3-2 score. Travs leading in the top of the 6th. Tommy Murphy at second base, a leadoff single, took second on an errant pickoff throw by Ryan Fairlocker. He started Gorneau 0-2, and now it's full. Gorneau struck out in the first, grounded out in the 4th. A set, check is second. Fairlocker throws the pitch as the changeup fouled off. Boston picked up the victory in 12 innings, 9-7 against Seattle. First blown save of the season for Keith Polk. The winning runs, however, scored on a walk-off homer by David McCarty in the 12th. Raul Ibanez hit a 3-run homer for the Mariners to give them a short lead in the 8th inning, his 10th of the year. Former San Antonio righty J.J. Putt takes the loss. Swing and a miss by Gorneau, and he's out on strike. First out of the 6th inning, and strikeout number 4 for Fairlocker. Minnesota Twins beat up on Kansas City 8-3. Lee Ford and Prieto hit home runs for the Twins. Minnesota 2 games in back of the White Sox. Mentioned the Sox crushed Anaheim 11-2. Scott Schoenweiss defeats his former team. Here comes Larry Carter out to the pitcher's mound once again. He's got a righty working in the pen. Looks like Mike Natale throwing for the Wranglers. And without the manager Frank White around, it might be up to the pitching coach as to when the pitcher comes out of the ballgame. Back to the scores. I mentioned Schoenweiss, the winning pitcher for the White Sox. He picks up win number 5 on the season and defeats former Travs righty John Lackey. Lackey falls to 3-6. A rough outing for him. He pitched only 3 innings, allowing 8 runs on 9 hits. And Lackey falls to 3-6. Former Travs in that ball game. There was Alfredo Amezaga with 1 at-bat. He struck out. Casey Constron got a pinch-hitting appearance and grounded out. Rob Quinlan went 0 for 4. Adam Kennedy 0 for 3. So, Sean Figgins also 0 for 4. So no Travs picked up a hit in that ball game for the Angels. And Anaheim falls to 30-20. Their 3rd best record in the American League. 2.5 in front of second place Texas. McPherson, now the batter, swings and a looper over second. It's into right, a base hit. Murphy comes around third. Jones with a fire to the plate. It's cut off. Travs score their 4th run, and McPherson hung up between first and second. He's tagged out for the 2nd out of the inning. And Murphy scores at 4-2 Arkansas as McPherson knocks in his 2nd of the game and his 38th of the year. And after that very first pitch, McPherson's 39 runs batted in this season, actually, ranking 2nd in the Texas League, 2 behind Round Rock first baseman Todd Self. He was trying to get to second base on the throw to the plate. He was thrown out. 9-3-6. Dallas is 2 for 3 with 2 runs batted in. Jeff Mathis will take a ball down and away. Mathis hit the 3rd homer of the 4th inning, a solo shot to center, his 7th of the year. The 1-0 pitch inside, ball 2. Mathis' home run, his 5th of the month, as he swings and pops one to shallow left field. D. Brown, he steps in, still coming in, now into the gap, will make the catch and end the Travelers' 6th inning. One more run, the Travs get a little insurance on 2 hits and 1 error. Nobody left on base. The Arkansas Travelers lead the Wranglers by the score of 4-2. We're back to the bottom of the 6th after this on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Hit a home run with your family's a nut. Whether you're planning a meal before the game or snack for the game, remember to include milk, cheese, and yogurt in the game plan. 3 servings a day of dairy is the right amount to help keep your body healthy. It's easy. Just look for the 3-a-day logo on your favorite calcium-rich dairy foods at your local retailer. For more information, including recipes and coupons, visit www.3aday.org. Have you had your 3-a-day today? The power of cheese.
Better burgers. Sonic's got them, others don't. Introducing Sonic's newest burger, the Little Cheese. 2 junior beef patties with 2 slices of smoky cheddar cheese. Add on lettuce and tomato, crispy bacon, and Sonic's own honey pepper sauce. And you've got a taste big enough to deserve the name, the Little Cheese. Try one today at participating Sonics. The new Little Cheese. It's not just good, it's Sonic good. And if you're counting carbs, try Sonic's new carb-friendly bun. It's got all the taste without all the carbs.
I'm a lead technician and work in quality control for a small electronics company. I supervise 4 technicians daily and direct the testing and calibration of products.
Matthew O'Mullane earned a Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Automated Manufacturing Technology in 2002 and a Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Electronics Engineering Technology in 2003 from the ITT Tech in Indianapolis, Indiana.
ITT Tech has allowed me to get to where I eventually want to go.
Call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web at itt-tech.edu. ITT Technical Institute. Education for the future.
4-2 score. Travs have the lead in the bottom of the 6th inning at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Phil Elton with you here on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. Recapping the game, the Wranglers scored the first run on an RBI single in the first inning by Steve Brown with 2 outs. He scored a run in the second inning as Dustin Gamal led off with a double. Scored later on an RBI ground out by Corey Aldridge. But Willie Collazo did not allow another base hit after Gamal's double. And meanwhile, the Travs hit 3 home runs in the 4th inning. Tommy Murphy, Dallas McPherson, and Jeff Mathis with solo shots against Ryan Fairlocker. And McPherson knocks in Murphy with a 6th inning single to right field. So it's 4 runs on 6 base hits, no errors for the Travs, and the Wranglers with 2 runs on 3 base hits and 1 error committed. Travs get into the bullpen after Collazo goes the first 5 innings. Mark O'Sullivan joins the ball game, and the Travs get into that bullpen early here. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say early, but you'd like to see a bullpen start to work in the 7th inning, not the 6th. And you have to be wary about getting into the Travs bullpen really at any sort of the ball game. Doesn't matter what inning it is. The Travs bullpen has just flat out struggled this month. 692 earned run average in May. And here's Andres Blanco leading off a first pitch strike over the outside corner. O'Sullivan, a hard-throwing righty from Massachusetts, is making his 19th appearance. 3 wins, no losses. His ERA 3.47. Wind up in the pitch, a ground ball through the hole is short, and Andres Blanco reaches base on a leadoff single. It starts with some of the little things like that, and the next thing you know, a lead is blown. Travs pen has blown 8 of 16 save chances this year, a completely unacceptable rate. O'Sullivan is on to pitch at least a couple of innings. Jonathan Rowenhurst is available today. Travs could also use Steve Andrade for 1 inning, although he did pitch yesterday. Rowenhurst is the closer for tonight. Ruben Gotay steps in. Gotay, a Travs killer. 8 for his last 19 against them. He walked twice against Collazo. O'Sullivan, a ground ball pitcher. First pitch on the way, a swing and a foul ball, strike 1. So Collazo, again, he did not allow a base hit after Gamal's leadoff double in the second. A span of 12 batters in which he set down the last 11. Those 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks, and he struck out 6. Pretty impressive performance by Collazo, and in line for his first win of the year if his teammates can hold him. 0-1 the count. Blanco at first, nobody out, and a show-me throw to first base. Blanco dives in on a slow toss. Gotay is batting left-handed. He was batting righty the first time. First 2 trips, I should say, when he walked against Collazo. Collazo pitched Gotay very carefully. O'Sullivan, another sort of first base. Just letting Blanco know he's very aware that he's around. Out to the mound goes Jeff Mathis, the Tramp catcher, needs to talk with Mark. Mark will throw fastballs in the low 90s, good breaking stuff, but the main problem with O'Sullivan is sometimes his pitches just eat way too much of the plate, right down the middle. And a fairly straight fastball when it comes right down the middle is easily hittable. For a batter with good talent, Gotay is a batter with good talent. Mathis back behind the plate. O'Sullivan settles for the stretch. The 0-1 pitch ground to the third. Back end play. McPherson from his knees throws a second, one out, and Turner holds onto the ball. Good idea. Nice play by McPherson. Very mobile at third base. As I've said a few times, it's not McPherson's mobility that worries me from third. It's his throwing arm, and sometimes his arm gets away from him. But believe you me, Dallas McPherson is going to end up as a pretty good Major League third baseman. Blanco out at second base. The play goes 5-4. Gotay reaches first base. And the first time that he does not reach safely on a fielder's choice. One out. D. Brown steps in. Brown, RBI single in the first. Reached on the fielder's choice in the third. Then was caught stealing by Colago. First pitch, swinging a foul back. Strike one. Arkansas 4, Wichita 2 in the bottom of the sixth inning. The Wranglers with 4 base hits. Blanco led off the sixth inning with a single to left, and Gotay replaces him at first base on the fielder's choice. Brown, a left-handed hitter, 5 for his last 22 against the Travs. Hitting just under 290 on the year. The stretch, the pitch, called strike 2. Outside corner, and O'Sullivan is ahead on Brown. I mentioned Mark, a ground ball pitcher. He throws a lot of pitches low in the strike zone. He gets almost 20 more ground balls than he does flyouts. The 0-2 to Brown is a high outside fastball, and the count is 1-2. Mark has pitched 24 innings, giving up 31 hits, 15 walks, 18 strikeouts. He's saved 1 game. The stretch, the 1-2 pitch. Shots inside, very close. 2 balls, 2 strikes. O'Sullivan tried a slider and does not get the call from Uchikawa. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to D. Brown. He's hit 8 homers this year, knocked in 36, actually 37. Runner at first, held on by Elward. He's at the bag, throw to first, not in time. Elward no longer holding the runner on base in front of the runner. And I believe the reason he's doing that is because there's a left-handed hitter, Brown. And that way Elward can guard the line a little better. 2-2 count, and the pitch. Change up, and it's high, ball 3. O'Sullivan in danger of losing Brown. He had him on an 0-2 count, and now the count is full. Let's see if Nelson Liriano, the skipper for the Wranglers, sends Blanco to stretch. And there he goes. The pitch is hit high to right field. It's down the line. Chasing it, Espedo to the warning track to the fence, and it is gone. And the Wranglers tie the game. The Travs bullpen blows another one. Seventeenth save chance of the season for the Travs, and their 9th lone save. Another one slipped out of their fingers. Home run number 9 on the season for D. Brown. He knocks in his 3rd run of the game. And it's brand new, 4-4. Mike Tonis stands in 1 for 2. The base is now empty, and O'Sullivan pitched in the dirt for a ball. Goodness gracious. Doesn't matter what kind of a lead the Travs have late in the ballgame. The bullpen just cannot hold anything. Surprised they can hold the baseball in their hand. Tonis takes downstairs, ball 2. And now O'Sullivan, end of the windup, and his 2-0 pitch is chopped towards the hole. It's short off the line. McPherson gloves it and throws to first for the second out. I would use the word inconsistent, but the Travs bullpen has been consistently pitiful. You cannot go through 2 months of the season blowing over half of your save chances. Not just that, but the home run that O'Sullivan is allowed is the 20th homer given up by a Trav reliever, matching the amount of home runs that starters have given up. And the starters have pitched more than 100 innings, more than the relievers have. A strike over the outside corner to Chad Santos. Strike one. 2 outs. Santos with good power. He's 0 for 2, and he'll take a strike over the outside corner. 0-2. The Travs will probably also complain about the strike zone of Toshi Uchikawa, as he called a close pitch on the inside corner a ball with 2 strikes to Brown. A pitch fouled off here to Santos. But I'm not going to buy it this time. I've bought it before. This one rests right on the shoulders of Marco Sullivan. Now, Brown, a good hitter. Give him credit. The guy can flat out hit. 0-2 to Santos. Smoked foul into the third base bleacher seat. I would not wish this situation on any manager. Ty Boykin can never feel comfortable giving the ball to any of his relievers right now. The 0-2 outside, 1-2. We saw it happen in the series at Frisco, folks. I'm not just beating a dead horse, because the horse comes back to life every night. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the 6th inning, but the damage is done as D. Brown ties the game with a 2-run homer to right. And we go into the 7th, the Travs and the Wranglers, 4-4.
Are you tired of your cable company raising your rates? Well, now you have a choice. Stop feeding the cable TV pig and start saving with Dish Network. More channels, better picture quality for less money than cable. Call now and get a 3-room satellite TV system, installation, and your choice of a digital video recorder or a high-definition receiver for free. Plus, subscribe today to America's Top 60 package and get digital quality television. And all your local channels were available for just $29.99 per month. Why wait for your cable company's rate to go up again? Act now. This offer ends June 30th. All prices, packages, and programming are subject to change without notice. Hardware and programming sold separately. Restrictions, credit approval, minimum programming, and monthly fees apply.
Call My Dish now at 1-800-961-5935 to get up to 4 rooms installed with Dish Network for free. That's 1-800-961-5935. Mention this station and you'll receive a free digital camera when you sign up. Call now. 1-800-961-5935.
Homeowners, are you tired of painting your house every few years? Then stop this endless cycle of painting forever with vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free, and Sears makes it easy and affordable. Call now for a free in-home estimate. 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License number available on request. That's vinyl siding from Sears. 1-800-531-7785.
Same old story so far for the Arkansas Travelers. 2-run lead in the 6th inning is blown by the bullpen. Marco Sullivan gives up a 2-run homer. E. Brown crushes it, and the game is tied at 4. And here we are now in the 7th inning. Rudy Gomez leading off against a new pitcher. Mike Natale steps in to face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Ryan Fairlocker went the first 6, gets a no decision. Gomez, 1 for 2, takes a strike from Mike Natale. Natale, a right-handed pitcher, 6 feet tall, 195 pounds, out of Whittier, California. Right-hander against right-hander. Gomez deep in the batter's box, steps and takes low for a ball, 1-1. Fairlocker allowed the 6 hits in 6 innings, 3 of them homers, 4 runs, all earned. The pitch to Gomez, hit high to right center field. Going back on the ball is Corey Aldridge, and he makes the catch in front of the fence. Over the shoulder grab, very nice athletic play by Corey Aldridge. Takes away extra bases from Rudy Gomez, and Aldridge looked like he had a beat on it all the way out there. The first time we've seen Aldridge this season. And that was an impressive play. Actually, Bearlocker is charged with 3 earned runs, not 4, because Murphy advanced on his own throwing error. So it is 3 earned runs. Natali from the stretch. A strike over the outside corner to Jason Espedo. Espedo 0 for 2. The Travs offense needs to put up a couple more runs and give leeway for the bullpen. The stretch, the pitch, Espedo takes inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Natali enters his 17th game of the year with a 3-0 record. Earned run average is 460. And the pitch to Espedo is down and in. 2 balls, 1 strike. 4 runs, 6 hits for the Travs. 4 runs, 5 hits for the Wranglers. Espedo pops to second, grounded out to first. The 2-1, swinging a pop fly, shallow left, Blanco chasing, and it's over his head. It's in front of the left fielder Brown for a base hit. So Espedo dunks one to the left, just like a donut in coffee. Base hit number 7 for the Arkansas Travelers. First for Espedo, and here comes Mike Elwert, still looking for his first hit. Natali, not an overpowering pitcher. That's the 33rd hit he's allowed in 29 2/3 innings. 1 homer, 7 walks, 23 strikeouts. Elwert slaps one foul into the bullpen in right field. Strike 1. What you see from Natali is a below-average fastball, which is fairly straight, tops out at 87. Natali's best pitch is a split-fingered fastball, which dives down to the zone. Runner at first, Espedo. Shields his eyes from the sun, which peeks from over the third base bleacher seat. And the pitch to Elwert is over the inside corner for a called strike. 0-2. Tied at 4 in the top of the 7th. The Travs were outscored 14-3 in the last 3 innings. Over the last 3 games, losing to Frisco each time. The stretch, the pitch, Elwert takes ball 1 high. And really, of course, a lot of the blame goes on the Travs bullpen for giving up those runs, but the Travs haven't scored enough runs in the late innings either. Elwert slaps a ground ball, base hit to right field. Espedo turns the corner and puts on the brakes. He elects not to go first to third. Good idea. Jones was charging from right field and had a good look at that ball. So Elwert comes through with a base hit, and the Travs have something going in the 7th for number 9 hitter Justin Turner. Only 1 run batted in for Justin Turner in his 16 games with the Travelers. Travs looking for one right here. Turner 0 for 2 in this game, a grounder to short and a strikeout. The check position, Natali goes to the belt, checks at second. Espedo is there. Elwert at first. The pitch, a curveball, letter high, strike calls, 0-1. Turner 1 for 14 over this road trip. And since joining the team, he is 1 for 5 with a runner in scoring position. The 0-1 down and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Natali likes to throw those split-fingered pitches, as I mentioned. I think that pitch might be to Turner's liking. Justin is a low ball hitter with a big loop in the swing. 1-1 count. Infield looks for a double play grounder. Here's the pitch, and it's low. A strike called at the knees, not low. 1-2. Outfield fairly shallow. The wind has died down. The wind did not have much of an effect on Brown's homer. The 1-2 to Turner, swing and a miss, and he's out on strike. And that was that split finger that gets him swinging. 2 outs in the 7th. Turner's average drops below 160 now. Back to the top of the order, and Alberto Caiazo. Alberto 0 for 3 this evening. 2 ground outs, 1 line out to left. Over the road trip, he's 4 for 21 with only 2 runs batted in. First pitch on the way, and Natali misses down and in. Ball 1. 4-4, that's the score. Top of the 7th inning in Wichita. The shadows creeping further onto the field from the third base side. Third base line is in the dark. Runners take the lead from the sunlight. 1-0, downstairs, ball 2. Rudy Gomez flied out deep to the track in center to start the 7th inning. Espedo and Elward with base hits. And Turner strikes out. Cayaspo working on a 2-0 count. The stretch. Check at second. The pitch. Inside. Ball 3. Tommy Murphy is on deck, swinging the hot bat today with a home run and a single. A 3-0, and here's the pitch. And Alberto taking all the way, a strike at the letter. Enough, and the count moves to 3-1. Cayaspo hits just .261 with runners in scoring position. He's knocked in 21 on the year. 3-1. The pitch to Alberto, swung on, popped up. Third base, foul territory. Tons of room here at this park. Plenty of room for Gamal to make the catch. Right by Ty Boykin, and the Travs waste a chance to score in the 7th inning. 2 singles, but 2 men left on the bases. Time for the 7th inning stretch in Wichita. The Travs and the Wranglers battle to a 4-4 tie, and we're back in the bottom of the 7th after this.
The Travs and Del Monte have stepped up to the plate to offer you a great seating alternative this season at Ray Winder Field. It's the Del Monte Harvest Food Family Section. This special no smoking, no alcohol area has been set aside to make your family's ballpark experience even more enjoyable. So when you buy your Travs ticket, ask for the Del Monte Harvest Food Family Section. Del Monte Vegetables, simple mealtime solutions that will have you saying, hey, I can do that.
Look for Del Monte Vegetables at your local Harvest Foods. Harvest Foods, an Arkansas company serving Arkansans.
He joined the Air Force in 1964 and served in Vietnam. He commanded forces in the far corners of the globe. Rising through the ranks, he served as a 3-star general at the Pentagon. You'd think 30 years of distinguished service would be plenty. But if you're Norman G. Leeson, Lieutenant General, retired United States Air Force, that's just the beginning. Today, he's pursuing a new career as Walmart's Vice President of National Government Relations. Norm's journey took him near and far, through Asia, Scandinavia, Europe, the Middle East, and Webster University, where he earned a master's degree that served him well in his career. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge, for real-world success.
For more information about graduate degrees from Webster University in Little Rock, visit them on the web at webster.edu or call them 800-828-2598.
7th inning stretch at Lawrence Dumont Stadium, and the game tied at 4. Bottom of the 7th and the bottom of the order for the Wranglers against Mark O'Sullivan. Justin Gamal, Jaime Jones, and Corey Aldridge are due to hit against O'Sullivan. He blew the save by allowing a 2-run homer to D. Brown in the 6th inning. Gamal will take a strike on the first pitch. He doubled and scored in the second, rounded out in the 4th. 1 for 2. A wind up, and O'Sullivan's 0-1. Breaking ball down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Check around the Texas League. 1 game currently in progress. It's in El Paso. Round Rock looking for their 12th consecutive victory. And we have no score report yet. Pop up by Gamal, reaching out for a changeup. Shallow right center field, and Justin Turner goes out from second. Makes the catch one-handed. 1 away in the 7th. Let's see here. Game time in El Paso should have been about 23 minutes ago. But they have not thrown the first pitch yet. So we can't give you an update if the game hasn't been reported yet. 1 out, and here's Jaime Jones. He's 0 for 2. Left-handed batter. He'll take a ball down and away. Travs have Jonathan Rowenhurst getting ready in the bullpen. I come in if O'Sullivan has troubles in the 7th, but certainly we'll see Rowenhurst come on for the 8th inning. To wind up the pitch, Jones takes a strike over the outside corner, and the count moves to 1-1. Run down a few final scores around the major leagues. One game currently in progress as the 1-1 delivered by O'Sullivan down and in. Currently in progress at Los Angeles, the Dodgers 2, the Diamondbacks nothing in the top of the third. There was one game we didn't go through in the National League. Jones takes ball high and outside, 3-1. Giants beats the Colorado Rockies 3-1 at SBC Park. Michael Tucker hit his third homer. Jason Schmidt picks up win number 6 on the year, and the Giants suddenly have won 9 games in a row. Jones takes ball 4, and O'Sullivan walks him with 1 out. The go-ahead run on base, the number 9 hitter, Corey Aldridge. The Giants seem to be the new team to watch in the West Division ever since Barry Bonds returned and started to hit a little bit better. The Giants have won 9 straight to get themselves a game over 500. Diamondbacks and Rockies resting in the back of the West Division at 18-31, 9.5 behind San Diego. Padres with a game and a half lead over Los Angeles. And no team is taking control in that division. Hey, no team is taking control in any division yet. A line drive, base hit by Aldridge to the gap in left center, and it gets underneath Gordo's glove and rolls to the fence. Jones will come around third base, and no cutoff will get him, and Wichita leads 5-4. Aldridge sent the ball into left center field. It was a well-hit ball. Gordo got to the gap in time, but the ball got underneath his glove. And that allowed Jones to score easily. So O'Sullivan now will be on the hook for the loss unless the Travs are able to come from behind. Goodness, he has only faced 7 hitters, giving up 3 runs now. No word from the official scorer as to whether Gordo will be charged with an error. Certainly Aldridge is credited with a base hit, but if an error is charged, he does not get credit for the run batted in. Right now, number 1 hitter, Norris Hopper, will look to give the Wranglers an extra lead. A swing and a miss on the first pitch for strike 1. No error charged. It's a double for Aldridge and a run batted in, and Wichita leads 5-4. Travs had a 4-2 lead before O'Sullivan threw his first pitch. Here's his 0-1. Hopper takes outside. Travs tried to bring in Steve Andrade yesterday. He gave up a home run to Jason Bott. It just seems that this Travs bullpen is completely snake-bitten. Someone get the rattlesnake out of their gym bag for crying out loud. 1-1. Hopper takes high and inside. Ball 2. It's like a broken record now. Every single night, a new Travs reliever blows a save, takes a loss, gives up a big inning, gives up a big homer. Every single night, this doesn't fail. It is absolutely amazing. 2-1 pitch, high and inside, ball 3. O'Sullivan really struggling right now. 3-1 on Hopper. He's won for his last 23 against the Travs. The 3-1 pitch is fouled back this way, and off the press box, the count running full, 3-2. Arkansas trailed 2-0 after 2 innings. It's 3 solo homers in the top of the 4th. Tommy Murphy, Dallas McPherson, and Jeff Mathis added insurance in the 6th on a run-scoring single by McPherson. But D. Brown's 2-run homer in the 6th ties the game. The Wranglers take the lead on a double by Corey Aldridge here in the 7th. 1 out. Aldridge at second, and the pitch, swing and a miss. Hopper is struck out by O'Sullivan. He comes back from a 3-1 count and strikes him out. Andres Blanco next for the Wranglers. 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a base hit in the 6th. He'll bat left-handed against the righty. O'Sullivan goes into the set position. Big lead at second for Aldridge. The first pitch, hot towards shortstop. Nice play, Gomez. Rifles to first and gets the out. Big play by Rudy Gomez. Saves the run. And that'll end the seventh inning as the Wranglers add and take the lead with one run on one base hit, one man left, heading into the eighth. Wichita 5, Arkansas 4.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir. What's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir. This is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows your patience. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central, Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
I am the port in the storm.
I am the line in the sand.
I am the rescuer in the dark.
I am the enforcer of the seas.
I am the defender of the homeland. In the United States Coast Guard and Coast Guard Reserve, you are the first line of defense against threats to our American way of life. To become one of us, call toll-free 1-877-NOW USCG or visit GoCoastGuard.com.
We are the shield of freedom. We are the United States Coast Guard.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket. Total Sports 1380, KDXE, North Little Rock.
Wranglers have scored 3 runs against Marco Sullivan in 2 innings. Travs led 4-2 before Mark came onto the ball game, and now it's 5-4 Wichita. Top of the 8th, and the Wranglers bring in a right-handed reliever. J.G. Trujillo comes in, replaces Mike Natale, pitched the scoreless 7th. And the Travs have 2 innings to make up the difference now. Travs bullpen blowing their 9th save in 17 chances for the 2004 season. You can't demote everybody, folks. Because right now, I think that's that'd probably help out the most. Maybe keep a couple of the relievers, but other than that, nobody's getting out. Tommy Murphy steps in to lead off in the 8th against Trujillo. Submarining righty. Murphy, 2 for 3. First pitch, he grounds foul for a strike. Count is 0-1. J.J. Trujillo has saved 4 games for the Wranglers, 2 wins, 4 losses. His earned run average is 201. Corno on deck, Ben McPherson. Murphy takes ball outside, 1-1. Bearlocker started the game, went 6 innings, allowed 4 runs on 6 hits, 3 homers. Natale pitched around 2 walks for scoreless 7th. Murphy swings, broken back grounder to second. Gosai gobbles it up, easy throw to first, 1 away. Here comes Gorno. Gorno 0 for 3. Twice he was struck out, once grounding out. Base is empty, 1 away. Gorno takes a strike on the outside corner. A nice slider. That's Trujillo's best pitch. The stretch, the pitch. And a strike on another slider. Gorno off balance, 0-2. Trujillo allowing 28 hits, 7 walks, 16 strikeouts in 32 innings. His 0-2 to Nick, swinging a chopper to the hole at short. Backhand play Blanco, off balance to first. Very nice play for out 2. Boy, he has shown some range today. Blanco earlier in the game made a play 3 feet to the right of second base from shortstop. And that time goes into the gap and shows off a nice throw and a hard off-balance throw to first. Dallas McPherson stepping in. Seems that if the Travs are going to win today, McPherson's going to have to do something incredible. He's 2 for 3, a solo homer in the 4th, RBI single in the 6th, and Trujillo sidearms a slider inside. Don't be surprised if McPherson is pitched around. He had a 3-run homer off of Trujillo on the 24th of May. That was last Monday's morning game. An 8th inning shot to put the Travs ahead for good 5-2. 0-1 the count. The pitch from Trujillo is outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Rowenhurst throwing in the pen again. Right now the Wrangler bullpen is empty. Trujillo's on to close the game. We might see Jorge Vasquez start to warm up. He's been pitching much better of late. 2-0 the count. McPherson swings, sends one foul into the bullpen in left field. Strike 1. Wichita 5, Arkansas 4. That's the score in the top of the 8th. 2 outs, base is empty for McPherson. The outfield deep. Infield also deep. The 2-1 pitch. Swinging a bouncer to the right side. Off the line, Santos gloves it. Waits for the pitcher at first. And that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down to the Travs half of the 8th. And the Wranglers look to add insurance, leading 5-4. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Here on the ticket, Total Sports 1380.
Wife sent me. We're out of Coke. You? Sorry. First one to aisle 5, like the other. Coke. Yeah, you're on. Tell Tony Stewart he jumped the green flag again. Hey, stop throwing cereal boxes at me. Whatever, stop trapping my car. Yeah, that's off. Looks like you're buying me that Coke.
NASCAR fans have a one-track mind.
Case of Coke says I think you should register.
Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of NASCAR. Coke, real. Better burgers. Sonic's got them, others don't. Introducing Sonic's newest burger, the Little Cheese. 2 junior beef patties with 2 slices of smoky cheddar cheese. Add on lettuce and tomato, crispy bacon, and Sonic's own honey pepper sauce. And you've got a taste big enough to deserve the name, the Little Cheese. Try one today at participating Sonics. The new Little Cheese. It's not just good, it's Sonic good. And if you're counting carbs, try Sonic's new carb-friendly bun. It's got all the taste without all the carbs.
Here's the line that's sitting on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at Travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
5-4, Wranglers lead. Bottom of the 8th coming up here at the old ballpark along the banks of the Arkansas River. Gorgeous night for baseball. It's been an exciting game so far. Too exciting by our standards. Travs had a 4-2 lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. Wranglers tied it on a 2-run homer by D. Brown. Took the lead on an RBI double by Corey Aldridge. And it's 5-4 Wranglers. Travs have one chance left in the top of the 9th inning, but first Jonathan Rowenhurst is going to have to get through the 8th inning. And he faces Ruben Gotay, D. Brown, and Mike Tonis. A rocky 8th inning here. Rowenhurst replaces O'Sullivan, who's on the hook for the loss. 3 runs, all earned on 3 hits in 2 innings. Gotay moves over to the right side. Lefty Rowenhurst, fastball fouled back into the luxury level for a strike. Gotay has a hitting streak on the line. He has an 8-game streak. Reached base twice on walks. And also reached on a fielder's choice in the 6th inning. 0-1, Rowenhurst makes his 19th appearance. 1-2. ERA at 1.75 and a strike on the outside corner. 0-2 to count on Gotay. Shadows cast on the field now. All the infield in the shadows, center and right in the sun, but the shadows are very long right now. The 0-2 from Rowenhurst, swinging a pop fly over first. Turner is there to make the catch from second, and Gotay is out and probably has his hitting streak snapped at 8. Rowanhurst ERA actually up to 3.25 after giving up 5 runs in 2 innings against the Frisco Rough Riders 3 nights ago. Rowanhurst suffered the loss. It was a 10-6 score. Jonathan entered the game with a 1-run lead, gave up a homer to Titus Meadows to tie it, and then gave up 4 runs more after that. And he'll miss with a fastball outside to Brown. Brown has knocked in 3 of Wichita's 5 runs. An RBI single in the first, 2-run homer in the 6th to tie it. And he reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd. Wind up the pitch downstairs, ball 2 from Rowanhurst. Wranglers have Jorge Vasquez getting ready in the bullpen. Wrangler bullpen is a little bit more trustworthy than the one occupied by the Arkansas Travelers. The 2-0 pitch. And Brown swings a bouncing ball down past first, picked up by Elward behind the bag. Rowanhurst covers at first base, and the flip is in time, 2 gone. When the Travs come into the plate of the 9th inning, probably facing Vasquez, the batters will be Jeff Mathis, Rudy Gomez, and Jason Espino. And if they don't do some damage in the 9th inning, it'll be a 4-game losing streak. Travs will go 2 games under 500, and it'll be a full-out tailspin. Jonas is 1 for 3, a first-inning single. Let's take outside for ball 1 from Rowanhurst. Rowanhurst, the team leader with 5 saves. There's no save situation here. The 1-0, and that's at the knees for a strike. Ty Boykin's plan was to have O'Sullivan pitch the 6th and 7th inning and pass the lead on to Rowanhurst for the 8th and the 9th. So much for the grand plan. 1 ball, 1 strike, lined up, and Rowanhurst delivers. Change up, called strike on the outside corner. Jonas held back on a check swing, but he's in the hole at 1 and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jonas, 2 outs. Bottom 8, 5-4 Wranglers. The pitch on the way. Change up in the dirt, 2 and 2. First month of the season, the Travs bullpen was golden. Rowanhurst was pitching wonderfully. Scott Schneider was almost unhittable. Mark O'Sullivan couldn't do anything wrong. And now things have completely flipped around. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Jonas swings and pops it into the first base seat. Staying alive at 2 and 2. And Rowanhurst gets a new ball. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Jonathan. Fastball 2 feet in front of the plate. Gets behind the catcher Mathis and runs it full 3 and 2. Back on the mound, Rowanhurst. Jonas never stepped out of the batter's box. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball hits the right field down the line. Slicing foul and out of play. All at home run distance. But foul by a punch. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes. Rowanhurst kicks and deals. And the pitch grounded towards short. Gomez backhand. Sets his feet, throws to first in the dirt, and Elward digs it. Nice play by Gomez and Elward, ending the 8th inning. Boy, Rudy Gomez is a much better shortstop than you would think for someone who hasn't played shortstop that much. 3 up, 3 down for Rowanhurst in the 8th inning. Go to the 9th. 5-4 Wranglers.
Faucets leaking, come out pieces, missing tackle, case and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Solid lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors, take a look and you'll see.
At the
other book.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Not the other book.
You're bored. Nothing to do. Nothing on the tube. The same old blah, blah, blah. Arkansas Travelers Baseball is here for its new season. Great professional baseball, great food, and the most affordable entertainment in Arkansas. So get off your feet and get out of the house for baseball and a whole lot more. Look for special promotions and free tickets at local retailers for the best deal in town. Arkansas Travelers Baseball. Call 664-1555 or log on to Travs.com.
Last chance for the Travs, otherwise they're dropping their fourth in a row. Wichita 5, Arkansas 4 in the top of the ninth inning at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Totals after 8 read Arkansas, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. And the Wichita Wranglers 5 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. The difference in the game, the difference for most of this season, the Arkansas Travelers bullpen's inability to hold the lead and get big outs. Marco Sullivan allowing 3 runs in the 6th and 7th innings, 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. And right now he'd be saddled with the loss. Travs led the game 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th. But a 2-run lead is not enough. Here in the 9th inning, the Wranglers bring on their right-handed closer, Jorge Vasquez. Vasquez, who had a terrible first month of April, has settled down to have a very nice month of May. His ERA in April, 11.57. His ERA in May, 2.38. Allowed a batting average in April of 400, which was 14 hits against 35 at-bats. Here in May, Vasquez allowing a 163 batting average against 7 hits in 43 at-bats. Plus, both of his saves this season have come in the month of May. First man he'll face is Jeff Mathis. Mathis 1 for 3 with a solo home run in the 4th. Struck out of the second, fly to left in the 6th. Gomez and Espedo also set to hit against the right-handed closer Vasquez. He stands 6'1", 166-pounder. Actually looks a little bit heavier than 166 pounds. It looks like he's about 180. First pitch to Mathis, low and away for a ball. What you get from Vasquez are a lot of fastballs and mostly a lot of sliders. That's his best pitch, and he throws it a bunch. You want to know the count? He pitches from the first base side of the rubber. The kick, the pitch, outside slider, ball 2. Travs faced Vasquez twice in the last series. He pitched 3 scoreless innings, but did allow 3 base hits. 2-0 count on Mathis. Travs need to get a runner on base here. And Jorge steps off the rubber, sets with his right foot. Climbs back on top, just had to hitch himself. And Mathis back to the plate. Batting average hovering at 300. A pitch on the way, a swing, and a 2-0 fastball hit out of play on the right side. 2 balls, 1 strike on the Travs catcher, Jeff Mathis. 5-4 Wranglers. Wichita at 26 and 23. If they win this game, they will tie Tulsa for first place. The Travs at 24 and 25. They lose their 4th loss in a row. Mathis takes ball 3, high and inside. Up sunlight for the outfielders in center and right. The 3-1. Mathis takes right 2. Low outside corner called by Kochi Uchikawa. We've seen many of the Travs players in the dugout questioning why he called that pitch a strike. And one of O'Sullivan's pitches to Brown was not called a strike. Gave him an extra couple of pitches for his 2-run home, retired the game. 3-2 to Mathis, bringing him in. Strike 3. A slider strikes him out. Mathis thought he should have taken a walk. But instead, he'll walk into the first base dugout for the first out of the inning. Here's Rudy Gomez. Gomez hitting the ball well, a double in the fourth. Deep fly to the track and center in the seventh with Aldridge brought in. And a slider on the first pitch outside for a ball. Mathis knew there was a slider coming on 2 strikes, but he still couldn't lay off of it. That's Vasquez's bread and butter. The 1-0. That's high, ball 2. On deck, Jason Espedo. Travs had 3 homers in the 4th inning. And had 4 hits since then. The wind, the pitch, swing and a miss, the slider. And Gomez has a 2-1 count. Center fielder Aldridge positioned about 15 steps towards the alley and right. Huge gap in left center field. Gomez can find it out that way. He is a gap hitter, 12 doubles, actually 13 counting his double today. The pitch is popped up. Past first base, Santos chasing all the way to the fence, and the ball is out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Rudy Gomez. This is a spot where you've got to look for a slider through Vasquez. Strikes. Vasquez winds. His pitch is low. He tried the slider and does not make it into the strike zone. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Gomez. Vasquez has walked 8 batters in 19 innings. Here's the 3-2, and Gomez will take the walk. A slider hit in front of the plate. And Rudy reaches base for the 2nd time today. And the tying run is aboard. Jason Espedo is next up. Espedo popped out in the 3rd inning, grounded out in the 4th, and reached on a bloop single to left in the 7th. Andres Blanco comes over from shortstop to chat with the pitcher Vasquez behind the mound. They set themselves on where the throw comes on a comebacker. Blanco looks like he's trying to settle Vasquez down. A lot of closers come into a ball game in the 9th inning really pumped up. Vasquez does seem to be calm. And here's his first pitch to Espedo. In the dirt, ball 1, and there goes Gomez to second. He makes it with no throw. Rudy not running with the pitch. Once the ball hit the dirt, he was taking off. And no steal for Rudy. It's called a wild pitch. The Travs are going to send a pinch runner in for Gomez. We'll have Carlos Duncan head in to take over for Gomez. It also opens up a question. What happens if we get into the bottom of the 9th inning? Travs will probably have to put Alberto Callasco at the shortstop, which means the pitcher will have to hit. So Ty Boykin, who did not use Carlos Duncan in the 9th inning yesterday, in a pinch hitting role, uses him in a pinch running role. Tying run at second base. Espedo has a 1-0 count to work with. 22 RBIs on the year for Espedo. Jason has knocked in 6 in 14 games versus Wichita. The stretch and the 1-0 pitch. Espedo takes in the dirt. Nice block by Tonis. He just saved another base. 2 balls, no strikes. And it looks like the pitcher, Vasquez, having trouble with his breaking ball. The slider is his bread and butter. But if he's not throwing it for strikes, the bread is stale and the butter is moldy. Espedo back in there. Slightly open stance. The catcher, Tonis, sets up right down the middle. Vasquez lifts the leg and looks to second, and Duncan gets back without a throw. Wichita 5, Arkansas 4, top of the 9th. We've seen 2 comebacks today, one by each team. Currently the Wranglers in the lead. Here's the 2-0. Espedo swings and misses. Big cut on the slider. 2-1. Mike Elward waits on deck. Espedo steps back in, deep in the batter's box. count is 2-1 with one away. Duncan takes a cautious lead from second base. And he'll head back to second again as Vasquez steps off the rubber. 2-1, the count on Espedo. Duncan only about 5 steps away from the bag. The stretch. Check it, second, the pitch. Swing and a miss, a slider, and Espedo in front of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Espedo's body language after he missed that pitch was all disappointment. He knew what he was looking for and still could not catch up to it. Two balls, 2 strikes. Vasquez to the set position. Long pause. And timeout called by Espedo out of the batter's box. But Jason might have got a piece of dust in his right eye. Walks away from the batter's box, rubbing that eye. Now turns around and ready to stand back in. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jason Espedo. Jason with only 1 run batted in over this road trip. It was on a solo homer at Dr. Pepper 7-up ballpark. 2-2. The stretch. Here comes the pitch. It's strike 3. He throws it on a slider that hit the outside corner. 2 outs in the ninth. Mike Elward is the final hope for the Arkansas Travelers, or is he? Justin Turner is on deck. Elward 1 for 3 today. Batting average just a hair above 260. The stretch by Vasquez. 5-4 Wranglers. Travs down to their final out, and he'll turn towards second base. Now Vasquez to the stretch. The kick, the pitch. Check swing on a slider. Did he go? Yes, said first base umpire Chris Dillon. From up here, it did look like Elward held back, and we are right on top of home plate. 0-1 to count on Elward. Leaning in, Vasquez has struck out 2 of 3 men he faced in the ninth, sandwiching a walk to Rudy Gomez. Duncan replaces him as a pinch runner at second, and Vasquez steps off the rubber. An 0-1 count. The stretch and the pitch. Slider inside and high. Ball 1. The sun now glaring off of a Hyatt Hotel over the right field corner. The field firmly encased in the shadow. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. Top 9. 1-run lead for Wichita. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss on the slider, and the Travs cannot figure this slider out. 1-2 on Elward. The Travs now down to their final strike. Travs dug out everybody leaning up against the fence. Arms resting on it, leaning over. Pensive looks on their face as they watch their teammate Mike Elward battle with a 1-2 count. Vasquez kicks and deals, and the pitch is looped towards first, caught in the air by Santos, and it's 4 losses in a row for the Arkansas Travelers. The bullpen blows another one, and the final score, Wichita 5, Arkansas 4. Folks, this is now a complete tailspin. Travs have lost 5 of 6 and 17 of 24, and they'll fall 2 games under 500. We're going to take a break. We'll return with the Allstate Insurance postgame report here on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
That tailgate guy, we all know him. He's the guy whose car is always way too close for comfort. He honks. He flashes his beams. Now, sure, you can teach him a lesson like slamming on your brakes, but you're a safe driver. So you let him pass, hoping that somewhere down the road, a little speed trap is waiting to greet him. You see, you know that it's people like that tailgate guy that cause accidents. Accidents that can raise everyone's insurance rates. At Allstate, they think you deserve to be rewarded for not stooping to his level. So if you've got a safe record, Allstate can save you up to 25% off your auto insurance. Safe drivers cost everyone less. They should pay less. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
For more information, visit your local Allstate agent. Call 1-800-ALLSTATE or click on Allstate.com. Allstate, proud sponsor of the 2004 U.S. Olympic team. Discounted insurance offered only with select companies and subject to availability and qualifications. Discount amount may be lower and applies to most major coverages. Allstate Insurance Company and Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Norfolk, Illinois.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir. What's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir. Stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Fourth loss in a row for the Arkansas Travelers. They'll fall 2 games under 500 at 24-26 as the Wranglers come from behind for a 5-4 victory at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Hi, fans. Phil Elton here with you on the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report. Brought to you by Allstate, where they think you deserve a relationship with a real person. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands? The Travs were not in good hands when it comes to the bullpen as they blew their 9th save in 17 chances. Travs fell behind in the first inning as Willie Collazo allowed a 2-out walk to Ruben Gotay. Took second base, was then brought up Dee Brown, and he put the Wranglers ahead 1-0. The pitch. Swinging a grounder up the middle of base hit. Gotay comes around third. He'll score, and the Wranglers take a 1-0 lead in the first inning. Brown had his first RBI of the ball game, but of course he would have a couple more later on. Wranglers added to the lead in the second inning on a leadoff double by Justin Gamal. He would take third on a ground out and score. And Corey Aldridge hit a chopper to shortstop with the infield in. Gamal able to score anyway, and to put the Wranglers ahead by the score of 2-0. Travs then monster comeback in the fourth. Ryan Fairlocker, the starting pitcher for Wichita, set down the first 10 batters in order before Tommy Murphy roped a 2-1 pitch over the right field fence for a solo home run, his 5th of the year. And after Nick Gorneau grounded out, Dallas McPherson came up and hit home run number 10. 2 homers in the series at Frisco. The 1-2 pitch swing and a drive high right field. Back on it, Jones to the warning track, to the wall. It is gone. And that ties the game. McPherson reaches 10 homers. Home run number 10 for McPherson, his 38th run batted into the season. Jeff Mathis was up next. Swing and a fly ball to left center field. He got that one. Back to the wall, and it is gone. Back to back. Third homer of the inning for the Arkansas Travelers, and they're in front 3-2. Oh, Rudy Gomez, by the way, that was the 7th home run of the season for Mathis. Rudy Gomez would continue to rally with a double, but he was stranded when Jason Esposito bounced out to first base. 3-2 Travs after the 4th. They added to the lead in the 6th inning. Tommy Murphy, a leadoff single, took second base when Bearlocker's pickoff throw to first got behind the first baseman. And then Dallas McPherson with a 1-out single to right field brought home the Travs' 4th and final run. It was a 4-2 lead at that point. Willie Collazo never allowed another hit after Gabal's double in the second. Finished the game with a 5-inning start. Pitched very well. But then Marco Sullivan came in from the bullpen in the 6th. And these days, when a Trav reliever comes out of the bullpen, enough said. Leadoff single to Andres Blanco between third and short. Ruben Gotay's ground ball to third base made a force out at second for Blanco, so Gotay replaced him at first. Dee Brown then came to the plate. Brandon O'Sullivan did throw a very close pitch on 1 and 2 over the inside corner. Toshi Uchikawa called it ball 2. Brown would run the count full before hitting the game-tying home run. Sends Blanco to stretch, and there he goes. The pitch is hit high to right field. It's down the line. Chasing it, Esposito to the warning track to the fence, and it is gone. And the Wranglers tie the game. The Travs bullpen blows another one. Home run number 9 on the season for D. Brown, his third RBI of the ball game. Tied the game at 4. Then in the 7th inning, O'Sullivan ushered a one-out walk to Jaime Jones. Corey Aldridge drove in the winning run. Team is taking control in that division. Hey, no team is taking control in any division yet. A line drive, base hit by Aldridge to the gap in left center, and it gets underneath Gordo's glove. It rolls to the fence. Jones will come around third base, and no cutoff will get him, and Wichita leads 5-4. Aldridge's first base hit as a member of the Wichita Wranglers gave the Wranglers a 5-4 lead. Trav did get the tying run on base in the 9th inning. A one-out walk to Rudy Gomez. He scooted to second on a wild pitch thrown by Vasquez, but Vasquez struck out as Speedo looking, got Mike Elward to pop out, and that ended the ball game with a tying run in scoring position. The final score, Wichita 5, Arkansas 4. The Travs record drops to a season low, 24-26, while the Wranglers move to 27-23. The Wranglers now tied with the Drillers atop the East Division. We'll take a break. We will return with a look at the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard here on the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report and the ticket, Total Sports 1380.
Frank, what are you doing here? Wife sent me. We're out of Coke. You? Sorry. First one to aisle 5 by the other. Coke. Yeah, you're on. Tell Tony Stewart he jumped the green flag again. Hey, stop throwing cereal boxes at me. Whatever, stop trapping my car. Walter. Looks like you're buying me that Coke.
NASCAR fans have a one-track mind.
Case of Coke says I need you to register.
Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of NASCAR. Coke, real. Better burgers. Sonic's got them, others don't. Introducing Sonic's newest burger, the Little Cheese. 2 junior beef patties with 2 slices of smoky cheddar cheese. Add on lettuce and tomato, crispy bacon, and Sonic's own honey pepper sauce. And you've got a taste big enough to deserve the name, the Little Cheese. Try one today at participating Sonic. The new Little Cheese. It's not just good, it's Sonic good. And if you're counting carbs, try Sonic's new carb-friendly bun. It's got all the taste without all the carbs.
Back here in Wichita, the Travs dropped their 4th in a row, losing to the Wranglers by the final score of 5-4. Phil Elson with you. Let's get to our Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. One game currently in progress in the Texas League. Round Rock looks for their 12th consecutive victory. They lead 2-0 at El Paso after 3 innings of play. And the other 4 teams in the Texas League are off. Tulsa and Frisco start a series tomorrow at Driller Stadium. Midland and San Antonio will start a series tomorrow in Texas. Now to the Major League scores, and refresh the webpage for a quick second and let you know about the one game currently in progress in the National League. And it's the Dodgers. We're waiting for this webpage to refresh. A lot of final scores from earlier today, and now the game in progress. It's 2-0 Dodgers against the Diamondbacks in the bottom of the 5th inning. Kaz Ishii working on a 2-hitter so far through 5 innings. Now the final scores, the San Francisco Giants win their 9th consecutive, beating Colorado 3-1 in San Fran. Jason Schmidt picks up his 6th win of the season. Joe Kennedy drops to 4-3. Matt Herger saved his 16th, and Michael Tucker hit his 3rd home run. Florida Marlins get homers from Alex Gonzalez and Miguel Cabrera in an 8-6 victory against the New York Mets. Mets allowed 2 errors to allow 4 unearned runs. New York falls their 4th game in a row to 3 games under 500. Meanwhile, the Marlins have won 5 straight. They're 2 games ahead of the Philadelphia Phillies. Toby Borland picked up win number 1 on the year, and Armando Benitez saved his 20th. Jason Phillips a couple of homers for the Mets. Green Garcia and Ty Wigginton also went deep. St. Louis Cardinals beat the fall today to the Houston Astros by the final of 7-1. Matt Morris allows homers to Jeff Bagwell, Lance Berkman, and Mike Lamb also added a home run. And Morris drops to 4-5. Tim Redding a strong 7-inning shutout performance for his 3rd win of the season. Albert Pujols knocked his 15th homer of the year. In the 9th, it was the only run the Cardinals scored. With the loss, the Cards fall to 26-23. They're 2.5 games in back of the Cincinnati Reds, while Houston is a game and a half behind the Redlegs. Pittsburgh Pirates going for the sweep against the Cubs. The Cubs come back in a big way with a 12-1 win against the Pirates. Derek Lee led the attack with 3 base hits. Michael Barrett also 3 hits. And Ramos Ramirez was Also collected 3 hits against his former team. Carlos Zambrano picked up win number 5 on the year. Jason Grabau took the loss. He's 0-2. Cubs with that victory now are 2.5 games in back of the Reds, and they're tied with the Cardinals for third place in the National League Central Division. The Pirates dropped to an even 500 record at 23-23. Philadelphia over Atlanta 4-1 as the Phillies move to 2 games in back of Florida. Winning pitcher Eric Milton. Travis Smith, the former Round Rock Express star, lost his first game of the year. Tim Worrell saved his 7th. Phillies get homers from Jim Thome and David Bell. Thome with 12 on the season. The Braves fall to 24 and 26. Meanwhile, the Phillies with 27 and 21. Cincinnati falling in Montreal, 6-2. The Expos win. Expos win their 16th game of the season, dropping the Reds to a game and a half in front of Houston for first place in the NL Central. Tomo Oka picks up win number 3. The loss goes to Valentine. He's 0-1. Francisco Cordero saved his first. Pena hits a home run for Cincinnati. That's Willie Mo Pena, by the way. Wilkerson and Chavez, that's Endy Chavez, a former Wrangler outfielder, homer for the Expos. Other final scores now in the American League. It was Cleveland defeating Oakland by the final of 4-3. That's the 3rd consecutive loss for the Athletics. They're 26 and 23. Arthur Rhodes blows the save. He drops to 1-3. Matt White picked up the victory, his 2nd of the year. Baltimore Orioles scored 6 runs in the 9th inning, and they defeat the Detroit Tigers 7-3. Buddy Groom, the winner, he's 2-0. Uzi Urbina drops to 1-2. Texas beats Toronto 4-2 at Skydome. Kenny Rogers, the first American League pitcher to 8 wins. While Miller, the loser, is 1-1. Francisco Cordero saved his 16th. Texas gets a homer from Brad Fulmer, the former Angel, cracked his 5th of the year. The Angels also lost today, so their lead in the American League West is just 2.5 games ahead of the Rangers, with Anaheim falling to the White Sox 11-2. Former Trav John Lackey gave up 8 runs in 3 innings. He falls to 3-6. Scott Schoenweiss pitches his 5th win of the season. Anaheim's Vlad Guerrero hit homer number 12. Jose Valentin homer number 8 for the White Sox. Boston wins in 12 innings, 9-7 against Seattle. Raul Ibanez hit a game-tying home run, actually go-ahead home run for the Mariners in the 8th inning against Pete Folk, his first blown save of the year. David McCarty ended it, a 2-run shot off former Mission pitcher J.J. Putz, and the Red Sox win by 2 runs, and that'll put the Red Sox to a half game in front of the Yankees, as the Yankees today were shut down by the Tampa Bay Devil Rays for the first 7 innings. Tampa Bay ends up winning 7-6. Yankees came back with 4 runs in the 8th, 2 runs in the 9th, but Danny Baez cooled them off in the 9th inning for his 8th save of the season. Tampa Bay was led by Aubrey Huff, cracked a couple of home runs, 7 on the year now. Brooks Fordyce chipped in with his first homer of the season. And Kansas City falls to Minnesota 8-3. Kyle Rose picked up the win. He's 2-4. Jimmy Gobble, the former Wrangler left-handed pitcher, drops to 2-3. Homer by Lou Ford for the Twins. Prieto hit his first. Benito Santiago hit home run number 4 for the Kansas City Royals. And now you're up to date across the Major Leagues and the Texas League, thanks to the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Don't forget, you can always log on for low fares online at www.southwest.com. We'll come back after this message, and we'll wrap things up on the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report here on the ticket, Total Sports 1380.
Americans are used to paying a little more for convenience. $5 extra for the guy to bring the pizza to your house. A higher price tag on the aspirin at the convenience store. But Allstate actually charges you less to make things more convenient. If you insure your house and your car with Allstate, you'll save money. Up to 10% off the auto bill and 15% off the home insurance. If you ever need to use that insurance, you'll have the convenience of having only one agent to call. The Allstate home and auto discounts. More convenient, more reasonable. You shouldn't have to pay more for convenience. That's Allstate's stand. Are you in good hands?
Find out. Visit your local Allstate agent. Call 1-800-ALLSTATE or click on Allstate.com. Allstate, proud sponsor of the 2004 U.S. Olympic team. Discounted insurance offered only with select companies and subject to availability and qualifications. Discount amounts may be lower. Allstate Insurance Company and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
Welcome back to your Allstate Insurance postgame report. Phil Elson with you. Don't forget, Allstate wants you to know that you deserve a relationship with a real person. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands? Well, the Arkansas Travelers dropped their fourth consecutive game, losing to the Wranglers 5-4. Travs still lead the season series between these two teams, winning 8 of 15, but the Travs really starting to plummet now. The Travs have dropped not just their last 4 games, but they've also lost 17 of their last 24. The Travs, who at one point were 2.5 games in first place when the month started, will now fall 3 games off the pace behind Tulsa and Wichita, with the Wranglers tying the Drillers atop the East Division. The Drillers at 26 and 22, the Wranglers at 27 and 23. Travs dropped to their season worst record, 24 and 26. Here are the official final totals tonight. The Travs scored 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors. Arkansas leaving 4 runners on base. The Wranglers 5 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. And the Wranglers leave 3 runners on. Our winning pitcher is Mike Natale. He pitched a scoreless inning of relief. He's 4-0. Mark O'Sullivan saddled with his first loss of the year, 3-1 Mark's record. O'Sullivan gives up 3 runs in 2 innings and blows the save. The Travs bullpen has now blown 9 of 17 save chances. The save today went to Jorge Vasquez as he shut the Travs down in the 9th. Granted the tying run at second, Vasquez's 3rd save of the year. Time of game, 2 hours, 20 minutes. Paid attendance, 3,286 on a beautiful Sunday evening in southeastern Kansas. Well, all over this 4-game losing streak, you can saddle every single loss on the Travs bullpen. They've given up 17 runs from the 6th inning on in the last 4 games. You just can't win games when your bullpen's given up that many runs. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. You can have all the major league caliber talent on your team. You can have all the hitters, all the home run hitters, all the base stealers that you want. But without a bullpen that can get out consistently in the last 3 to 4 innings of a game, you are not going to win. And folks, with this bullpen the Travs have, they'll be lucky to finish out of the cellar. There. I've said it. It's just so frustrating watching them blow game after game in the late innings. Meanwhile, a team like the Round Rock Express continues to win games in the late innings by coming from behind. Travs are unable to come from behind offensively and give up too many runs in the last 3 or 4 innings. Something else has got to be done. Steve Andrade coming up here should provide a little bit of a lift, but the lift yesterday went to Jason Voss, who had a home run off Andrade, the second pitch he threw. So that was not the cure-all that we were hoping it would be. And right now, who knows what the cure-all is. Team meetings, heart-to-heart talks. You can only do that so much. Right now, it's up to each individual pitcher to dig inside themselves and figure out what it is that they are doing wrong and why they're not getting out. It's not from a lack of good stuff. Folks, Mark O'Sullivan throws hard enough, and we've seen him get enough outs. He should be getting out. Right now, it's a matter of each pitcher asking themselves what he's capable of, what he can do for the team, and then going out and doing their best. I know I'm ripping this bullpen, but the bullpen deserves to be ripped. They deserve to be ripped to shreds. They're going out there trying to do their best, but their best right now is not enough. So they're going to have to do some serious soul searching. Hopefully they'll start doing that soul searching tonight and come back tomorrow here to Wichita's Lawrence Dumont Stadium and get some outs in the last couple innings of the ball game. Tomorrow's starting pitcher for the Travs will be Tim Bittner. Bittner pitching well this year. He picked up a victory against the Wranglers his last time out. Bittner's record is 5-1, a 3.32 ERA. He will be opposed by right-hander Kyle Middleton. Middleton 3-4, earned run average at 3.86. First pitch at 7 o'clock. The ITT Tech pregame show is 6:40 here on the ticket, Total Sports 1380. Of course, don't forget about the big Memorial Day triple header tomorrow here on the Trav's flagship station. 11:40 in the morning is the time for the pregame show on ESPN Radio. And you follow a couple of Major League games. The Baltimore Orioles visit Fenway Park to take on the Red Sox, and a critical Central Division matchup in the National League. Chicago Cubs hosting the Houston Astros, and the Travs and the Wranglers. Again, the pregame show at 6:40 here on the ticket, Total Sports 1380. Big thanks back at the studios for Arlen Horn for taking his weekend and just crumpling it up and throwing it into the studio. This is Phil Elson. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday night. Have a great Memorial Day afternoon tomorrow as well. Signing off from Lawrence Dumont Stadium, again, the final score, Frisco 6. Pardon me, that's not Frisco, that's Wichita 5 and Arkansas 4. Folks, don't forget, it's just a game. I'm trying to repeat that to myself over and over again, and we'll be talking baseball again tomorrow night.
You've been listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket, Total Sports 1380. Arkansas Travelers Baseball is made possible by Miller Lite, ITT Technical Institute, Coca-Cola, Sonic Drive-In, BC Powder, and by Allstate Insurance. Be sure to catch all of the Travs games this year on the ticket, Total Sports 1380.